What's up, guys?
Howdy.
Look who I have with me. So, welcome. This is the March 2018 Tidal Gardens. That's where we're at. Tidal Gardens live show, yes. It is St. Paddy's Day. And what are we drinking?
I'm drinking my traditional Irish Sapporo. Traditional Irish, it's brewed in Sapporo, Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I am drinking some Breckenridge Nitro Stout. And by the way, it was a little bit of a technical hurdle for us to be wearing these dope shirts.
That is a unicorn cat. That shirt's worth big money.
So I had to actually break out the blue screen. The blue screen in order to show the epicness of all this. So thank you guys so much for attending. We are early. Clearly, it is not 2 p.m. yet. So usually we take this time to make sure that stuff is working. And everyone's like, Trash Than is the best. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Making sure that the audio works. Oh, by the way, did I even introduce this guy? No. It's like I just assume everybody knows who this guy is. So this is Matt Gallett. Is that how you pronounce it?
Gallett. Yeah.
Matt Gallett. He's in town, and we met through YouTube. Like when I just got this message out of nowhere from a guy in China that really liked my videos and was going to start his own channel. And it's turned into like this big worldwide phenomenon called the Jayo Nation. So you can see it in chat already.
The original was Matt's Reef Tank, So I had that 300 gallon. Those of you that know me, you saw that I had that 300 gallon in my office, and I was going online looking at different sort of coral and how people were presenting it online, and then I saw the way Tidal Gardens. I was like, holy shit! And then I went there. Holy cow!
Language.
Sorry. 1 quarter in the quarter slot, and I was like, wow, that is a way to portray coral in a way I've never seen before. Really focusing on the beauty of the specific pieces of coral, and I was like, I think I could do something like that, but maybe also infuse a little bit of like sort of the CJ's, kind of methodology where CJ's a little bit more relaxed and kind of you kind of learn about his personal life and things like that through his videos. So I started developing Matt's Reef Tank, and the funny thing is that those Matt's Reef Tank episodes get more views than my traveling vlogs, which is now what I'm doing full time, which is crazy.
And I know how hard it is to grow a YouTube channel from nothing into something, because we're just trying on other topics. It's really hard. There's like you're basically putting media out there for the crickets. It's like just all you hear is chirping, right? And I remember when Matt was getting started out, he was doing like daily vlogs about his travels. Yeah. And this dude is on Mount Everest. He's climbing Mount Everest, and I remember it's like just like hundreds of views, like
very few.
I'm like, this guy is trying way harder to get this audience than
the only reason I went to Everest was to grow my YouTube channel.
Clearly. Because if it's not on YouTube, did it really happen? Did it really happen? No.
Well, yeah, it did. Go to my videos.
So yeah, I affectionately introduce him as like he's the real most interesting man in the world, and we're gonna get into some other stories and whatnot of some of the things that I remember from your channel. Yeah, and just from just like what it's like just to live in China as well as like a Westerner.
Long story.
A lot of stuff that we can explore, guys.
There's a lot of paths on this trail of the Tidal Gardens live stream.
So Frank the Tank, this guy came from China. I know his channel. That's him.
That's me.
That's that guy.
The other guy says he thinks I'm a ghost. You know why? Because my head is reflecting the blue lights from the blue T5. T5, right?
Yep, these are T5s.
And they're reflecting off my head, and it's contrasting with the blue screen behind us.
Yeah, he's not really here.
See that? See the polyp? I'm half in and half not.
So very cool, you guys.
Yeah.
And we're just slowly building our numbers here. We're expecting one other person that you can probably guess who already, but somebody else might stop by too. And at some point, Matt will go ahead and do some recording of his vlog.
Yeah.
Of us doing the show.
We're gonna break the fourth wall of Reef Tank vlogs. I'm actually going to vlog him while he's live streaming and communicating with you guys. So it'll be this cyclical circle of life.
And Steve already guessed it, but Rico will be by later. I didn't mention it because literally I did not know until about an hour ago that he was going to show up. But he's gonna stop by, and we might head out afterwards. So
party!
Good times will be had.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy St. Patty's Day. What's everybody drinking? In chat, let me know. I know it's like early afternoon, but it's that way here.
Steve, Rico's on his way. He'll be here later.
Could you crack the door just a little bit?
Yeah, it's warm.
It is toasty.
Jayo. Nemaja. I'm going to send out a we're on live notice on all the saltwater reef tank.
See, one thing, Matt came yesterday and we shot some video here at the greenhouse at the new facility, and it just went around town just a little bit here, and to see this guy work makes me feel like I'm like a YouTube tourist. Like I happened to get a little camera and I decided to try this out as a thing. He shoots so much video. Yeah. At no time on anything that we did I pull out a camera.
It was all me.
Not a phone, nothing. And he was recording everything in sight. And just this morning when we were at breakfast, I go to this like the same spot, every weekend. And I introduced like him to one of the servers. It's like, this guy's a YouTuber. And she's like, really? And
I was like, this guy's a YouTuber too.
And she's just like,
really?
It's like, you come here every time, and we've never known this about you. Because is that no cameras?
I am teaching his hometown about him. It's just funny.
Oh man. Vodka is a form of potato, right? There you go.
I have to be social. I'm forced to be social because I'm in a new place every day when I'm cycling around the world. So I was telling you earlier that, when you go to a place and you're like new to a new place, it takes time to kind of settle in, to get to know the bartender and the people in the neighborhood. But because I'm traveling around the world and I'm in a new place that doesn't even speak my language every single day, I got to try extra hard to be extra outgoing all the time.
Yeah, and it's also this huge contrast because he is so extroverted. I'm so typically introverted, and so I was like just seeing how just how different that is. To just be able to always just break out the camera and start conversations with the people. It's crazy. By the way, say hi to Joey, the king of DIY. Remember
hey, yeah, Joe. You know what? I didn't realize that you were so close. I think if you're open, it would be nice to kind of maybe come by you.
Real quick, Joey, where in Canada are you?
Because I'm in Detroit right now, so
I don't know if he's in like Vancouver or something. I don't know.
Hey,
there you go.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Joey. Cheers. Get ready for that BBQ. So awesome, Joey. We're really looking forward to this thing, and thank Rico for just like blurting it out one day during a live stream. It's like, hey, does anybody want to have a barbecue at Tidal Gardens? And I'm like, bro, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Like, you're just inviting people over my place. But it's gonna be pretty sweet. I mean, I think that there's gonna be a lot of folks coming. The king of DIY is gonna be there, and I'm really trying to get this guy to show up too. And obviously, there might be some mitigating factors.
Yeah.
But that's a save the date, let's just say, right?
Well, for me, I'm in America right now by sort of a happenstance and family emergency. If you watch my vlogs, I'm actually open about it. My father just taking it down a little bit. My dad just came down with cancer, and he's not long for this world, but maybe for the next in about 6 months. So I decided to leave China and come home as quick as possible. And so me and him are really trying to squeeze the essence out of life for the time that he's here, which we're not exactly sure. So we're really trying to have a good time while we're together. And a lot of time, I've been away from the United States for 10 years. So this is a really amazing opportunity for me to be with my dad. And I was just thinking, Than's not far. So maybe I could, get a chance to come on over. And now that I'm here, I'm seeing Rico and some different people and I'm Joey. And so I'm like, man, there might be some opportunities for me to kind of network around and do some Matt's Reef Tanks sort of plugs while I'm around.
It could be very cool, yeah. And so Joey said he's in Nova Scotia, which is going to be...
It's a little ways.
It's a little ways. It's a little ways. It's not like, oh, it's like I'm in Montreal. No, not so much.
Nova Scotia, that's a bit of a
It's like I'm in
bit
Windsor.
of a hike.
It's like I'm just going to go right across this bridge, go visit Joey. No, it's a little further away.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it sucks that I get to meet Matt under these circumstances, but it's you gotta roll with the punches, you know. It sucks. All right, it's almost time to start. So, for the folks that are kind of new to how the actual live show, live streaming works here, I redid my broadcasting, so I'm like, oh, what am I doing?
The chat's not there.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on? So real quick, here are the... Got to say hello to the Patreon crowd. These guys have all donated to the $5 mark, so they all get a shout out during this show. So thank you very much, Mark, Christopher, Alan, Trevor, Kevin, Mark, Samuel, Phil, Robert, Dave, and
Nate.
Thank you guys. Patreon.com/Tidal Gardens. No audio? Sigi. Okay, hold on, guys. Do you guys... Audio?
I hear it.
It's
I hear it.
Audio?
I've got it. It's your problem over there. I literally heard you say no
Sounds
audio.
back. I'm like, you know what?
No, it's good. It's good. I got my laptop right down here. I'm monitoring.
Okay, because you know what? I have a feeling I know what's causing this. It's when I hit these screen transitions. Okay, so thank you guys in chat. Let me know. Okay, because every single time I hit this button for screen transition here, sometimes the audio gets screwed up. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, when you change scenes, it went away. Sound is back. Bro, I have no idea what's up with that. It's not cool. Not cool, expensive broadcasting program. So if you see this guy here looking down into the corner, he's got his laptop open. He's communicating with his crowd.
Yeah.
He's this international
talking to the nation.
International man of mystery. He has to rally the crowd. So that's all going on. All right. Audio stopped when you started the list. Came back for a mention of Patreon. There we go. Okay. Hey, Than, I have to say something before I dash. Nice corals.
But there's a middle ground.
Wild corals grow like crazy, but can look so monochromatic. But is there a middle ground? So, I guess kind of. Like, when you... So, this is kind of a loaded question. Because a lot of people that are in this hobby don't go diving. And the truth of the matter is, not everything in the ocean looks that nice. Okay?
Yeah.
In fact, there's a lot of cyano. There's a lot of dead corals out in a coral reef. Okay? Sometimes it looks like it's trash. So, oftentimes what happens is, we kind of select the stuff that's going to be more aesthetically pleasing for import, simply because that's what's going to sell. And there's kind of going to be more of that trend as time goes. So oftentimes what used to come in wild as something that's kind of boring tends to not get imported as much anymore, simply because there isn't quite that market for it. So that's kind of a roundabout answer to what you're looking at there. All right, let's get started into the actual show here. So Ben is operating the camera, and we are on a roughly, 25-second shot clock? Yeah. Let's try to
How many quills we got today?
We have 249.
Whew.
So
Try over that.
we will try to get this going and see if we can cram this into about 3 hours. And at some point, like I said, we're expecting Rico to show up. Now, Rico had like a rough bout with something. I mean, he was just like laid out for a couple days. So hopefully he's going to be all better from that. Diving equals Browns. Are you an NFL fan?
No.
Okay, well, you know what? I don't think that he was talking about the Browns, but
the Cleveland Browns, right?
yeah. Did I lose audio again?
You know, I'm gonna monitor. I'll
Yeah.
monitor.
I'm like-
keep it in one ear just in case.
Yeah, it's like, guys, the technical difficulties.
Have you done this before, Than? I mean, come on,
Yeah, no, it's
buddy.
like such
Come
an
on.
amateur.
Get with the program, sir. I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it.
Yeah, just keep rolling. The beauty of like,
Hey, Carrie. I hear it. I hear it. I'll let you know if we drop out. It's kind of weird to hear it.
No
delay, though.
audio.
No, you're good. I hear it.
No, these guys are all saying no. Audio's okay. No audio is okay.
No audio is okay.
Huh.
No, audio is okay.
Sound is good.
There needed a comma. No, it's okay. I think everybody's saying no.
Everything is
like
fine.
Hey, Rico.
Okay, real quick. That is a different Rico
Oh, okay.
from Ohio.
Because I know Rico's Reef. Like, I remember.
So there is a Rico's Reef Tank and a Rico's Reef. Rico's Reef Tank was the guy that you met earlier. Rico's Reef is a guy in Dayton, Ohio.
DC,
Audio.
no, I had to close up my tank when I started traveling around the world. So the house tank was alive for a little while, but the bottom edge cracked and I started leaking water, so I had to close up both my tanks.
Okay, thank you guys. Like I'm like super now paranoid about audio. Stupid audio issues. Like you know what we do to fix it? Literally nothing. And
Wait.
Yeah, we
Just wait.
and it just comes back.
I can't listen. I can't monitor. It is
No,
too confusing
it's
in
so-
my brain. It's like 5 seconds delay. I'm going
schizophrenic.
crazy.
It's like this is what it feels like to be schizophrenic.
Yeah.
You just hear these voices.
If we go silent, we go silent. That's just the way it is.
This is the real start of the show is the corals. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
No
Let's do this
one wants
thing.
to see. No one wants to see us. You asked if you lost sound, dummy. The answer is no.
So what coral is this over here?
So we're kind of going in small patches here and there of certain varieties of corals. So right now we're looking at a ton of different types of
polyps.
zoas. Yeah.
I like the reds in this one. The purples are nice too.
Mm-hmm.
And just to let you know, guys, this is actually 2 size. I mean, this is at least 3 feet in diameter. It is amazing. This is crazy. I can't believe it.
This guy. You know what? Okay, so you joke about that, but I have got people that have like said, I thought it was going to be way bigger
on now.
because I saw it on my computer screen and it was way larger. I'm like, did you check on your phone?
I've seen Avatar. I know what these things look like.
It's like, guys. Hey, Jamie, Rico's on his way. Cool. Thanks.
Hey, Jamie.
So it's up to Jamie and Rico to decide where we're going to be going this evening for some St. Patty's Day festivities. So like I had like a more like tame evening to try out some burgers or something like that, and then Matt's like, yeah,
St. Patrick's Day.
It's St. Patrick's Day. Why don't we do something like St. Patty's Day related? I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm 40 something.
The burger did sound interesting though. It was like a farm, like a laboratory grown hamburger or something.
Yeah, it's the Impossible Burger. Google that, guys. Google that. Deluxe, 500 gallons, good for one of those Zoas, right?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Literally
Two,
just one.
it's just too much. Sarcasm there.
Chuck.
Sarcasm there.
King of DIY, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's very generous of you. You're such a bro. And by the way, like, I'm a total lightweight. I don't know. Do you drink a lot, typically?
I drink quick. I can't help it. So, like, I will go through a lot of beers.
Oh my god.
This will be an interesting 3 hours.
Oh my god. So he's saying chug them, so let's just finish this.
Oh, sure. China. I'm from Ganbei. They'd say Ganbei. Ganbei.
Ganbei. This is like a nitro beer, too. This one's empty. Thank you, Ben.
That's two.
So Ben is like the cameraman / bartender. Bro.
Excuse me. Woo, that was down deep. It's from down deep.
This show's gonna be a cluster. I can already tell. This is oh my gosh.
Ben over there is trying to get us on the pace.
Chug a fresh one. It'll be Matt and Rico's show if I do this. Like,
Number 8.
Like I don't typically drink.
Let's do a chug for every coral you got. You 300. That's 300 chugs. That'd be crazy.
It's like
this morning we went to a
ER.
breakfast place, and I've been in China for so long I don't even understand American culture anymore. And I was like, why is this place not so packed? Because normally this breakfast place was packed. What did the lady say?
Oh,
everybody was doing
probably doing kegs and eggs.
Kegs and eggs. How many of you know the phrase kegs and eggs? I've never heard of kegs and eggs before.
And I'd explain. It's like, yeah, I'm familiar with that phrase, even if I don't go out for it. But it's like, yeah, it's like this guy hasn't been in the country for a decade.
Kegs and eggs. I understand what a keg is and an egg is, but I've never seen them put together in quite such a way.
So it's like, I think they will get drunk to the end. It's like,
hopefully
this day could be full of regrets. I'm just thinking, like, because if we're planning on going out after this,
oh gosh, this is a pre-party, folks. Pre-party.
Yeah, we're not even on coral number 10 yet. We're like we're in the single digits, and it's like we're on our second drinks already.
Good golly. How many consecutive watchers we got right now? 162. Is that good?
Pretty good. I'll take it.
All right. It's my mission to try and break your record. Listen, guys, if you're out there, give us a hand. Go on to Facebook and put on that we're alive, and put the link to this video. See if we can blow this live stream out of the water.
Oh my gosh.
Okay?
And by the way,
Jayo Nation fans.
By the way, Sigi, I saw that. Hello. Hi, Christy.
Right,
I'm glad that you're joining us for the stream where we all get hammered. We're so professional.
Legs and eggs. What legs? Like chicken legs? Legs and eggs? Or like, is that like a...
Somebody was talking about strippers.
I know. Is that like a strip club thing?
Talking about
legs
strippers.
and eggs.
Christy says you better Uber.
Combination ever.
Yes, I
Legs
think
and
we
eggs.
should. So
for now,
now, and we're all gonna try very hard to not all end up getting arrested. That's the goal for tonight. Like, don't go to jail.
Okay, guys, if you want to see what happens later, join the Jayo Nation, which is my channel, Jayo. Somebody put it in the chat, just my link to my channel, and then you can go to that and actually see the behind the scenes. So I'm actually filming today the stuff going on here. I'm also going to film what happens afterwards. Today, yesterday, I filmed a Matt's Reef tank that was more about the setup that Van has here in his greenhouse and the new setup. And we're also going to do an episode of the behind the scenes of this. So you'll be able to see maybe a side of this guy you have never seen before. Which may be more horrific than you might think. You may not really like what you see, you know, but you know, it'll be out there.
Oh my goodness. I'm just like reading chat. How did I get up here from watching turtle videos?
That's something you're gonna have to ask yourself.
A couple guys dressed in green, I guess. It's like the algorithm's like close enough.
Yeah.
They'll watch this.
3 days there, 154 to your. What does that mean? 3 days there, 154.
How many days is it till like July something?
How many days is it until July something? That is like the vaguest question.
Because that might be like, because I think it's like towards the end of July is the cookout.
Oh, that's what he's talking
context.
about. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's like people are talking like,
what?
The context. What?
Oh, this one's nice. Orange tips. I like it.
The only thing that could make this stream better is Stan's mom coming in and berating him. It's like I'm probably that close.
Number 13.
Till Macna for Jane.
Macna.
Macna.
Got it.
Nobody cares about no Macna. This is where the party's at. No, I shouldn't say that. I mean, it is like in Las Vegas, so clearly there's a party going on in Las Vegas somewhere, right?
Have you guys seen what he's building next door to this building? Do you guys all know about that?
I think Rico tried really hard to let everybody know.
Holy moly, it's insanity. I've been to some of the most amazing aquariums in the world. Aquariums, whale sharks. Osaka's aquarium is pretty amazing in Japan. And one thing that they don't have... Oh, we lost it.
Nope, he's just moving. Moving the slider.
One thing that we don't have is we don't have like the ability to see like really beautiful coral at these public aquariums. What I think Than's going to build over there is going to be like the equivalent of a high-end marine park, but for beautiful coral life. I think you're going to have something there. You're going to be able to charge people entry fees.
I'm looking forward to this all. I mean, it's kind of in the not that fun stage right now, but I think that once we start to get into the actual reef aquarium part of it, that's when like all the real fun is going to start, and like we can really like dive into all the different things.
Yeah, it's literally bare bones. You're like looking into the beginning phase, like where it's going to go here, what's going to go there. Do you just lay at night and like stare at the ceiling and just think about, oh, geez, I could put this here and this here, and I mean,
my dad's like that for sure.
I would not be able to sleep.
He just like constantly is like brainstorming, and then he comes to me and he's like so excited. He wants to talk about tank layouts, and I'm like, we don't have walls on this place yet. Like we need to turn this into a building first before we start like measuring out where tanks are gonna go. But no, it's very exciting for sure.
Well, I told him today that if you watch the first episode of Matt's Reef Tank, where I was talking about tank construction, there was a graphic that showed the office in 3 dimensions. I actually can do that. It's a very simple, like 3D rendering program. I told him to give me the layout of his construction, and I could renderize that whole thing, and you could do a visual walkthrough of it, and I could actually put fish tanks along the way. You could actually see what the idea would be.
Oh, that'd be pretty sweet. Is there a date you're trying to finish the new building? Not really, but I expect that pretty much the building is going to be done probably late summer, and then by like fall we're going to be looking at getting some tanks in there. Maybe.
Wow.
And by the way, it's like I apologize for not saying like hello to all the folks, but DC, I see you. And the next time we get together, we have to up the ante on the hot wing challenge, because I found some more killers. We've got some killers.
Hot sauce.
Number 17.
Like Da Bomb and what's that? The 357. Magnum 357. Ghost pepper variety.
I was such a jerk when I was younger. Me and my best friend Anthony, we had this like house party, and his cousin came over, and we took this piece of bread and we put a bunch of he had the hottest hot sauce I've ever. Just smelling this will make your eyes burn. And we put like 3 or 4 drops on and made a sandwich out of the bread and gave it to him, and he just devoured the sandwich. He profusely was crying, and then he did the golden rule: never touch your eyes, and he was like, "Oh my God,
don't touch anything below the belt."
He
Don't
was.
touch your eyes.
It was very funny until he kind of regained consciousness and was chasing us around the house.
We tried some pretty hot sauces the last time that we did it, but yeah, we got some next level ones that are just they're not made to taste good. They're made to taste like
Like
a
it's
bad
just evil.
idea.
It's just evil. Hey, Daily.
How's it going,
Reefing.
Daily Reefing?
Number 19.
And for those of you that want to know what Ben looks like, I actually get him on camera on my vlog.
No, like Ben never shows up on film. He's like a vampire or something.
If you guys know Unbox Therapy, like Unbox Therapy is a channel on YouTube where they unbox like different items and stuff. The cameraman is like elusive. You never see him, you know. So I feel like Ben is that kind of
He's
guy.
like the behind the scenes guy.
Yeah.
So like, if you guys are like into like the Joe Rogan podcast or anything like that, like Ben's young Jamie. Man, this is like YouTube Inception right now with these two guys. Yeah, just wait.
We're breaking the fourth wall, man.
There's more people coming.
This is a vlog inside a vlog, inside a vlog, inside Tidal Gardens.
That's like the exhibit meme. It's like you know from the that rapper Exhibit that does the car thing. Pimp My Ride.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, dang it! That's a good reference, YouTube.
Sorry.
It's like
it was lost on me.
you're like, okay, hold on. It can't be that lost. It's like you can't do the I don't know who these rappers are thing because like one of his clients back when he was in like the whole
Can't talk about it.
we can't talk about it.
No.
Was Ice Cube.
That's not it.
He was definitely Ice Cube.
It was a mainstream rapper. Is one of my customers. Yeah,
that was definitely named Ice Cube. So tell us how that went. No, okay, he doesn't want to talk about it because
Sorry.
it's probably
Some
they
things I
probably
can't.
shot Tupac at some point. You can't talk about it.
Number 21.
Herberto Zarate. Matt, what the IP for your YouTube channel? IP?
Internet protocol. He wants to know the web address.
Oh.
For the YouTube channel?
Yeah. If you go to YouTube and just type in JAYOENATIONS or ION, Gionation basically, then you will get to it. Yeah.
If you
No,
do a
together.
search for boy,
You typed it wrong.
That was autocorrect, man.
No, I saw you typed in no space. JAYOENAT.
Man, that ain't even English.
Exactly, it ain't English. Jayo is my Google. It's a word that only exists for me.
Number 22.
So it's funny, like you would think that we've known each other forever.
We
literally
have, kind of.
Yeah, but at the same time, we literally met yesterday.
It's funny when you do videos online, and videos like me, which is I open my whole life up on my channel, so you see the good, the bad, the family, the travels, it's just a daily life kind of thing. But I try to make my daily life hopefully interesting enough to watch. That the people that do watch me, even not all my videos, even just a little bit, they know more about me than like my best friends. You know, they know more about me than my sister. You know, so when they meet me, they're like, so how's X, Y, and Z? And they're, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? There's literally nothing to talk about because they know everything already.
Number 23.
It gets a little frustrating. Add fuel, Rico's, for sure.
Rico's Reef. Daily Reefing. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. Cheers. Happy St. Patty's Day. Thank you so much. So, guys, I have to say, I really do appreciate all the support because a new building makes you hella broke. It's all of this matters. Trust me.
Make it rain, fellas and ladies.
I don't think it's quite the same thing unless you're going to start stripping.
He's like, yeah, I'll take that money and I'll build the cabinet.
It's like, I'll get an extra layer of insulation.
Yeah, ooh, boy.
Can't wait to get that
Pack
one.
that insulation. Pack it, baby.
One panel of wall covering.
This is number 20.
They asked, one of you guys asked about the tanks. Now, I did kind of mention this. So the 300 gallon that I had in my my office, which was a cube tank, really beautiful. I closed that down when we moved out of the office. I had a tank in my house. It was a 60 gallon, which was a mixed reef, and it was going really well. I had it sustainable. You know, I had the auto top off system going. I had my wife trained to kind of put in the additives as much as it was necessary while I was gone on my tour. But I had just gone back, and I walked up to close up the house one day, and I noticed that there was water and there was sand in between the seal of the glass. That's not a good sign. So the front pane of glass was slowly coming apart, and I was left with that horrible decision that a lot of us reefers have to make. What do we do now? You know, do you break up the tank and put everything in garbage cans, get a new tank, reset up, and then start again? Or do you quit the hobby, which a lot of us, I mean, you gotta know some people that have quit the hobby because their tank cracked, right? I mean, they're out. There's a lot of people that it's just, it's so stressful to build this beautiful environment and then suddenly be dealt a blow like a crack or a seal break, and they just give the corals back to the pet shop and say, "I'll be back in 5 years. I need to take a breather." You know,
a whole bunch of fish that we have here is because of that exact situation.
Yeah.
It's like,
finding
hey,
a place.
I got these 10 fish. They need to go right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can find some homes for them, I guess. But yeah, it's like, my 300 gallon cracked. It's time to shut it down. Yeah, it sucks.
That's what I did because I travel so much. So I just closed up the 60, and I gave all the corals to my friend, and now they're living with Leo. If you guys know my videos, you know Leo. And then was the office drink 300 gallon? Yes, it was 300 gallon. It was like 800 liters or something, but yeah, it was 300 gallon. It was that big. It was like a meter, 3 feet by 3 feet by like 2.5 feet. It was a big tank with the but I included the sump with that.
Yeah. So real quick, retro reefs. It's in the description. I would put the overlay up, but I don't trust my thing without losing audio. So I'll explain it real quick. You can go to tidalgardens.com and go to the live sale page, which is you can look at the top left of the navigation and see a little blinking red dot that says live. In order to purchase, let's say, number 26, there is just all the numbered items right there, and you can just toss that into your shopping cart and check out. Assuming that you're in the United States, not in Hawaii.
Or China.
That would also be not in the United States.
Probably.
The other not in the United States.
Oh, the other not in it, you know.
My 40 breeder cracked. It was the worst. Yeah.
I was awake for 30. Yeah, just what a drama that is. Because our tanks they last years and years, and then all of a sudden one crack, and all of a sudden you've got to rescue your whole system. You know. And
by the way, Noah's Nano Reef and Brian Goldstein, thanks for pointing out that it is in the description. I never thought to just say, just read the description,
just read
guys.
the description. Come on, guys.
Because nobody reads the descriptions in YouTube.
Just look down there. It's in there.
Number 27 is not opening. I'll skip it and go to number 28.
Okay, so number 27 would have been mint chocolate chip Zoas, but number 28 is completely closed.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to 28.
Shy bastard.
Yeah, sometimes they just when we grab corals from another tank and put them into the display for the live show, what ends up happening is even the water differences sometimes will make them close, but then for sure the fish find all of this stuff very entertaining.
Yeah.
And they'll just mess with all the new little additions. Let's see. Forgive me, but what was the great hotel in Mexico you went to that had the room slide? Interested in going.
What was it?
What was that? I think that was... Boy, alcohol is not good for short-term memory. It was Dreams. One of the Dreams resorts. And we were in... Tulum. Dreams Tulum. Boom. It's because I've been to several resorts in Mexico. It's one of my favorite places just to go hang out. But yeah, that was in Dreams Tulum. Some of their rooms have like walkout right into the water.
I wish that this screen went farther than there, because I would love to like pet the corals. You know, like, wow, that's a really nice plug you got there, man. That's beautiful.
So weird. No, I'm kidding.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Stephen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Can somebody real quick explain dilly dilly to me? I hear that all the time now.
Who said dilly dilly?
There's a couple of people in chat that said it, but I think it's some beer commercial or something. It's maybe it means like that. Maybe that's what Jayo in English is.
Hey, everybody out there, do you have a Jayo? Okay, Jayo, for those of you that don't know, Jayo is a word in Chinese. The actual pronunciation is Jiayo, and when I decided to travel around the world, I was trying to figure out how to brand the journey, because I'm traveling through 100 countries from China all the way back to the United States for like 10 years. It's going to be my mission to travel and do amazing things along the way. So I was like, wow, this is an epic journey. What do I brand it? Originally, it was called the Rogue Life Journey. Rogue Life, which was like living a life that is counter to the norm. But Rogue Life was actually taken by a company, and I couldn't trademark it, so I killed that. And I found that there's a phrase in Chinese called jiao. Jia means to add, and yo means fuel, so it means to add fuel. But it's also used as a way to encourage people to do better, to do the best that they can in whatever they're doing. You know, like if somebody's running a race in China, you'll hear a lot of the people cheering, "Jiao, jiao, jiao." What are you laughing at a comment?
It's like he totally just made that pronunciation up.
Oh, no, it's a real word.
He is Matt is super Chinese, guys. guys, you don't even know.
真的，我是中国人，你不明白？
Hear that?
不好意思，我是美国人，可是我觉得里面我是中国人，所以我看美国人，可是我真的中国人。
Oh man.
Yeah, the guy did a video about a prostitute. Showed up in my autoplay. Only what I've seen so far.
It's a good first impression.
But I see he likes fish and corals. Prostitutes, fish and corals, they really do kind of go together. It's all the same genre.
It's all the same. It's one hobby. One hobby.
What type of brain coral? What was the name of? Do you know my brain coral? That was the figurehead in my tank. It was a beautiful green.
If I had to guess, because some of those things are they kind of blend together.
Yeah.
My guess it would be like maybe a Favia or
I think it was a Favia. It was so beautiful that one.
A what? No, it was like the smaller polyp.
My brain.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very thick green with brown tops.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's hard for me to remember.
It could have been a Lobo, but for some reason, like the one that's in my head, it looked like a Favia.
It's very nice. It's living at Leo's reef tank, so if you wanted to see it, it's at Leo's tank on my channel, and it's growing like crazy. Leo's got a really successful tank setup.
So Leo is an owner of a manufacturing
Cove.
Cove Aquatics.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is I'm pretty sure it's not sold in the United States.
No.
So sorry, most of the people watching.
He's looking for somebody that can help him distribute his products in America.
I'm terrible at selling. That's the problem, guys.
I think I might actually try to connect the two of you together. Maybe you can make some things happen.
Who knows? Who knows? Could be. Who knows?
Number 34.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be setting up a new reef tank before the end of my tour, and I'll be touring for the next 10 years, probably, traveling around the world. So, you know what my plan is, as far as my reef tanking goes, is I plan to travel around the world and then find people doing unique things with coral and fish on their own, and then like pop in on their. Look at the poor. I'm getting scratched on my head by this piece of coral. Oh, oh. It's a little lower, a little lower. That's so weird. Do you see it? Can you see it?
I can see it.
It's literally this.
It's like this little piece of
it's
algae.
just tickle. Ooh! You ever get that? It's giving me the shivers. Anyways,
I've never seen anybody interact with the corals through the green screen.
I mean, they're beautiful. Look at those things. Mwah. Anyways, so, like for example, I'm in Taiwan. I'm supposed to be continuing my tour in Taiwan. I should be right now in Taiwan, circling the island, but obviously my life.
Ben, hold that real quick, okay? I'm gonna show this map, and I'm so sorry if the audio cuts out. Just saying.
Let me see.
Okay. So hopefully the audio still works.
I can hear it.
But this is like his map so far, okay? And we're gonna lose chat for just a sec, but I need
really?
to show. Well, no, I'm just gonna push it off to the side. But you see, so the ones with the actual icons is where he's been already.
Yeah.
And the ones that he plans to go
are the black spots.
He might have to truncate some of this journey in this area.
The Middle East is a little bit volatile right now.
You know what? You don't need to be riding your bike through there. Or your trike through there.
My plan is to zigzag all the way through Europe, see all the countries there, go all the way up to the top of Norway, and then come back down, hit Iceland and the Faroe Islands, and then come back down, hit the UK and Ireland, come back down, go all the way through through Africa.
And in Africa, like, and I've seen like this western part of that journey.
It's a little rough. It's a little rough.
Burkina Faso, really? But anyways,
so I'll hit the bottom, take a freighter. I want to hitch a ride on a freighter. You can do that actually, and then load my trike on it and carry it all the way over to South America. Go down. There's a expedition that goes to Antarctica. I'd like to do that, and then up. And then all the way through Central South America, through Central America, and then all the way into Canada. Maybe visit DIY while I'm up.
The king of DIY.
And then come back down to LA. And it's just simple, right? Easy.
Yeah, anyone can do this.
Anybody.
Anyone can do
this.
It. That's incredible.
I think that's you guys' problem. Oh, no, it's no audio.
No audio?
I don't hear. No audio. No. It's not working. Now, what is that? Is that a bandwidth issue? I'm not hearing anything.
It's the overlay.
Hold on.
It's a video source, but it doesn't have a select.
I hear it. I hear it. We're back.
Are we good?
It comes back when I say, what is that? What is that? A bandwidth issue? So that's still a few seconds back.
I'm gonna try something slightly different with the audio thing. What is this? Is this the tag?
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
His name's Jamie, right?
Jamie. Yep.
Thanks a lot, Jamie.
She's probably in that
She's in there. She's in there. Yeah.
Number 38.
What am I even doing? By the way, handling like audio issues and stuff is way more difficult. Like a few beers into this. Is that a bow tie?
Oh, we got two. We got two of these. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay, hold on.
That was like, I don't
need to change
have
something
one.
real quick.
This is for you, buddy. You can take care of that later. For those of you that didn't hear, because I think the audio was cut out, Rico's here.
All right. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm trying to be creative with this whole audio thing. So, audio is poop. Ugh. All right, hold on.
I can hear it.
Is it garbage?
No, it's good. It's clear.
Okay.
I'm trying to be clear with this whole audio thing.
So okay. Here's some behind the scenes thing about the audio. Okay. I'm making it its own thing rather than having it tied in with the FaceTime camera. So I've since shut that part off. So hopefully it's all right. Having said that, we shall just move on. We shall move on.
I love being foolish.
Hey, it's like Type 40. Hey, fan in stream, what have I missed?
A lot.
A lot. Okay. Okay, right. We're right on with 1 coral per minute. And get that plastic bag away from the mic.
Oh, sorry.
Because somebody said that.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. We don't know what we're doing here. We've never done this before, guys.
Sound like robots.
What mic do you use? This is a Sennheiser 416.
It's a good mic. It's a good mic.
Do you
Literally,
do you have one of those?
we're the jerks. What?
Do you have one of those?
I have but I
Rode?
don't carry it on the road with me.
Gotcha.
I'm not like bicycling with a boom mic.
Rico's the Kevin Bacon of YouTube reefers.
Alrighty.
There you go. See, you can go ban one of your mods when next time you start up your live show.
Yeah.
You want to know what I carry on the road? This is what I carry on the road right here. This is, if you guys have ever watched any of my videos, this is the camera that I shoot videos with. Pretty incredible, right? Just one little camera. The whole thing. Audio, video, and everything. What do you record with, Rico?
No name.
Your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Phones are amazing, man. They are amazing.
Yeah, nowadays they do.
Thank you so much, Type 40. Technical problems like last time. Yes. We can do better. We can do better. Studio Reef, thank you so much. Matt, hook me up when you get to Denmark. Studio Reef. You can crash at his place, right?
Yeah,
right,
sure.
guys?
I hope
guys?
so. I need a lot of places to crash. CJ, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, CJ?
I didn't even realize that you two were connected, you and Than. So, yeah.
What camera is that? Annika's asking.
This is a Canon G7X Mark II. It's fantastic. It's got a great focal length, and it's so, you know what the greatest thing about this camera is that you hit the button, and it's self-contained. You know, you can just throw it in your pocket and run anywhere you want, and it's unimposing. It's not like you've got a big DSLR that you're shoving in somebody's face. It's good. The M6 is a great camera too, Annika, but you got those micro four third lens that you got to carry with you, and you can have the boom mic on top. Once you start adding these things as a lifestyle vlogger, you start becoming imposing. The least imposing that you can be, the more natural a story you can tell. You know. So.
I would tend to agree with that, except I would have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm trying to talk serious, but I have glasses in the shape of
Oh no,
shamrock,
I'm just
so-
saying, like my camera is noticeable.
Yeah,
It is noticeable.
If you walked around with your camera, that's like almost the size of
Japan.
Yeah.
I was conspicuous.
Yeah.
By the way, sending love from Singapore at 2:30 a.m. We were just talking about how fond
Singapore
we are
is a
of Singapore.
fantastic country.
By the way, Annika O'Brien, I had to look up what you did because of your check mark. So she does robotics.
Really?
Yeah, like really cool stuff with robots.
So Annika, do you have a channel? Is that why does she have a check mark? What does that mean?
We just talked about that.
She does robotics.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Oh, is that
YouTube
what that
verified,
means?
'cause she had the
Oh.
larger channels based on robotics and stuff
Okay.
like that. So very cool, Annika.
I don't know
Good on
anything
you.
about anything.
No, we're silly dudes.
Ignorance is bliss. You know what, Rico? Why don't we trade for a little while? I can do some.
You guys look like you're having fun right now.
I'll have fun behind the camera. I'll have. What?
I told Joey to come and kick the door.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
very cool. It was nice to see him on chat.
Oh yeah. And his tickets is booked, and he said, "Let everybody know he will be here."
And I was telling everybody that, like, yeah, it's like, it's one day Rico just said, does anybody like want to go have a barbecue at Dan's place?
Yeah.
And this is how it goes.
Everybody does.
It's like that sounds great. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
apparently I have to entertain like all of the Reef Aquarium YouTube, and not even just Reef Aquarium, just like aquarium YouTube people
Yeah.
from all over the world.
How many subscribers do you need to be verified?
I think 100,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So none of us are verified, right?
I'm not.
No.
No.
Combined.
Some days combined, maybe. You know, the 100 grand mark is a big milestone.
You
I
get-
think that's bigger than.
Plaque and stuff.
You
Yeah,
get like
yeah,
a
yeah.
$10 piece of plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a milestone. Like that's 100,000
But at the
people.
end of the day, yeah, that's a heck of a milestone, especially when it comes to YouTube.
My channel's got like 8 million plus views right now, like channel wide.
Right.
And a friend of mine kind of came to me and he was like, "Do you realize the population of Michigan, where I'm from Michigan, he's like, is like 9 million? I mean, you have almost had as many views as the population of your home state. That's a crazy thing."
So Tech Gear Talk is saying it's not based on subs anymore, which is very likely also. Like it's always a moving target with these things.
Yeah, well, they're always throwing. Some
Right,
kind of-
and I'm 100% sure YouTube,
I got a million views.
yeah,
I
YouTube
only got-
does not care about your subs at all. It is their algorithm or
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah,
So,
bunch of factors.
yeah, it's the AI bots.
Thanks, Williams. I appreciate it. If my dad is doing good and he's on a good streak, I think I'll come down for the barbecue here at Tidal Gardens in July. But according to the schedule, as far as I know it, July might be a really hard year for me to get away.
That's what she said. Yeah. So Annika is saying, so like of all the people here, there's only like 2 people in chat that actually have check marks. they're like, it's at 100.
Yeah.
Trust us.
Yeah. Man, I am really losing half of my head. Look at that. It's like somebody shot me from this side, and it just.
And that looks
Like a
funny
coral.
because he moved the camera.
It's funny. I like these
man.
corals. These are one of my favorites because they got volume. You know, you got like a lot of action. It's a hard coral, but it's also it feels a little bit softer. It's got a lot of extended polyps.
So Ben, pause it right there. I need to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Dan's breaking this. Rico, come over here, man.
I'm breaking this.
Come on,
Come
bro.
hang out. Behave.
Fill in. Bum ba ba bum.
Where are we at?
Where is he?
Where are we at?
You're next. There you are.
Oh, there we
There
are.
you are.
What is up?
What is going on?
I don't
man?
know, man.
I like this tie. You bought
You
all
like
these.
it? You
You
like
bought all
it?
this. I got a bow tie. You got a tie.
Yeah,
Which one's classier? This or that? Or neither?
Neither.
Neither.
Neither. What is
You don't have a
up?
beer, you don't-
I know. Because I'm going to be driving. We're about to, after this, we're about to go.
Where
out.
are we going?
I'm thinking of my friend's place.
We're a house party in it?
No, actually.
Or is it like a bar?
No, it's a pizza joint, but the best place where chicken and pizza and beer, it's a bar all in one.
All right, I like that. I like
that's
that.
what I'm thinking. Hello, everybody.
Big Sexy in the house.
Austin, what is up? What's up, Pat Murphy? What's going on, guys? Hello. Bow tie? Somebody said the bow tie. They're out.
You're on. We're green.
We're green. Back up. Just a glitch.
I believe so.
Yeah. When it went,
What happens, will it?
the whole internet went.
I don't know. We'll see.
We're back. We're back. I hear it. I hear it.
Oh, are we back?
Yeah, we're back online. Sorry, guys.
No, when it was like internet gone.
I wonder if
Yeah, we're up.
yeah, I wonder if something just got dislodged. So we're on Wi-Fi now, so we're at higher risk now of something
loss?
going wrong. But we'll see. We'll see.
It could have been that whole Rico kicking that big electrifying box with all the
I
logos on it, with like "Do not touch this thing." He threw it to me like a football. I was like, "That's not really a good idea," but
There you go. Get on the chat.
I don't know. Are
yeah, we lost 100 subs. We lost 100 concurrent viewers just now. We were from 200 to 100. Yeah.
So hold on. I'm not 100% sure if this chat is working. Is it on there?
We're watching the live stream right now. I'm hearing it. Yeah, we're good.
Are we?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I didn't hear anything.
yeah. Somebody say hello. Somebody say hello in the chat.
Yeah. So I wonder if I just need to refresh this or not.
Yeah, because there's comments.
Are
It's
there?
working. I'm here. No look out there. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
You're live on my end.
But
Okay. Because
maybe you need to refresh
yeah,
it.
So should I refresh this?
Copy this link, put it in a new tab, and then open it so that you have two of the same thing.
Yeah, you're up.
Okay. All right. All right. So doing this with 3 people while drinking is like hard mode.
Jayo.
Jayo. Thanks,
It's like hard mode. Thank you guys. All right. All right.
So
Game
we're
time.
on. So we're on 48 right now. Were we on 48 when we left off? Mm-hmm. So nobody has anybody missed any corals here?
Nope. We're good.
Okay.
Yep. Let's move on.
Okay. Ooh, I like this one. This one's really nice. I like the striations in it.
Olga, happy
It's
St.
beautiful.
Patty's Day. Are we getting drunk? We have been drunk. We were drunk by like coral number 10.
I had an IV of vodka while I was in bed, so I knew I wanted to be awake and drunk because it's tradition, you know.
Oh man.
What are you shining there, Ben?
It's an Orphic LED flashlight.
That's crazy.
Let's speed up the shot. Let's speed up the shot clock, Ben. We're all gonna get alcohol poisoning.
That's spaghettified right there. That is a really nice coral. You know, to be honest, I know this coral because I was taking some shots of it. This green is a lot brighter than this camera can capture. This is a real nice glowing coral.
Yeah, it's tough to shooting corals is one of the most difficult things, just because like the light is on such a fringe
Yeah.
area.
This one too. This is extremely. All of these like spaghetti looking ones are quite nice.
Yeah, spaghetti equals up to Sarah's. What is going on, everyone?
Debbie says she should drink beer.
Say, wait, what's up?
She said, should she bring beer?
Oh, should she
My-
bring beer? I think she's
My
good.
head is shiny. What the hell?
Number 52.
I have a wig you can wear.
I used to have enough hair to put it in a bow behind me. I used to have a ponytail. Come on, man, take off the hat. Let me see.
By the way,
Classy.
Just for the so for all you people giving me grief about my thinning hair, I am older than both of these dudes.
by a couple days.
Number 53.
Ooh, that one's a nice one too. That one's really nice.
KV2, how do you buy this coral? Check out the rules down in the description. There. So, thanks guys. It's like everybody's like rules are by the description. It's like, why didn't I ever think that? It's in the description.
Oh. We just had a lag, I think.
I've heard those such things, you can tell.
Hey man, Asian don't raisin.
Number 54.
Matt, are you gonna see Rico's tank today before the teardown? Wasn't the plan.
Are you tearing down your tank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Redoing it, going bigger.
Chayo to that. Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of open-ended here.
Actually, once this show is over, I am like no longer in the driver's seat.
Can you please explain how to buy corals? Is that sarcasm?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sarcasm. Come on now.
Number 55.
Oh boy.
That was nice.
But I'm taking the bait. In the comments, in the description, you can check it out in a much more clearly stated fashion. But you can go to TidalGardens.com. Check out the live show link in the top left corner. It's a blinking red dot. And you will see all of these numbered lists. So you can, if you wanted number 55, just grab that, toss in your shopping cart, and check out. There you go.
This morning we went for breakfast and I had huevos rancheros. It was quite tasty, but now I have the burps, and the burps are slowly. You can't see them because I'm like concealing them, but every so often, if you see them kind of cringe a little bit, it's because that cloud of huevos rancheros
Of Nexus stank.
of half digested huevos rancheros is slowly moving over. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Just
And if you guys didn't know, the laugh track in the background is Rico.
yeah. You know.
Yeah, you guys should wear chroma green so you just be floating heads.
We were talking about that.
Wow. Because green screen actually works better than blue screen
Yeah.
for skin tones. That's why he's like, turning into like the ghost over here.
I mean, if you did actually flip it around, I would just be eye holes. That'd be pretty weird, right? I wonder how this glittering green would come off. It would be weird.
I'd be losing viewers like by the minute. It'd be
Just be-
creepy.
Jeez, just floating around.
Going up in views for that one.
Now, okay, this coral here was one of my favorites, and I always had problems. I would move it to a new tank. This was one of my oldest corals. I had this coral for like 7 years, and it would either, I felt like the water was the same quality no matter how many water changes or temperature, or it would either suck in or be extremely plump. What is it that for this coral, these types of corals in particular, would keep it full?
Pump all the time. Definitely feeding helps a ton. Feeding.
About this, definitely feeding at least once a
Number
week.
58.
Yeah.
We'll keep this
Yeah.
looking fluffy, always out, ready to feed. These squirrels definitely a feed. I'd say a lot of these squirrels that are in this category
Yeah.
benefit way better in a reef tank if you feed.
Yeah, that's one of those things that like long term we would probably have to just
Yes.
dump the food on these guys.
Yeah.
Spot feed them.
I do enjoy pipette feeding those,
Yeah.
It was great. But there were some points where they would turn into this. They would look like this. They would be totally sucked in and, I don't know, not so voluptuous, Anyways, spot feeding. All right, so now the Jayo Nation is going to break its seal. So I'm going to take off for a little bit.
Okay.
Rico, you need to step in, and
And please do not kick his computer.
I will leave you. I will leave you with the bow tie.
You can keep that. You keep
No,
that.
you know what?
Yes, because
I really want to keep it,
Yeah, you got
but
long, don't you?
I really want to. Well, you know what? I'll just leave it for you for a little while. I'll be back.
You know what's crazy? I don't know where we got this coral from. That's one of the coolest looking. Is it Nathan? No? That thing's dope.
I'm like easing in over here,
I know.
like please don't hit nothing.
So guys, down the line, we will have a grown-up studio.
Oh yeah.
I love this coral. This might be my favorite coral of the day, right here.
I love Favias, but I feel like they take forever.
They're not fast.
No.
The smaller polyped guys grow pretty quickly.
Right.
Oh man, this day, man.
It's gonna be a long one. Yeah. This is gonna be a long
This one
evening.
might have repercussions tomorrow. So LJ, yeah, I don't know how to buy corals. I'm new. It's cool, dude. It's cool. You're just coming at a weird time. That's all.
Very weird.
If you go to the Tidal Gardens website, you can read all this in the description of this video below. But if you check that out, you can go to tidalgardens.com, and in the live sales section, all of these corals are available for sale, provided that you are in the U.S. and not in Hawaii. We only ship to the U.S. Rico, you're wearing sleeves.
I know.
It's like Jamie probably insisted. Like you
Pretty much.
Oh, and you're transparent too. That's hilarious.
Oh, what? Yeah, what? Oh, because of the blue screen, huh?
Yeah, it is what it is. You get to see more. you get hologram Rico.
Closer I move in, yeah. So there's a fine line right there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man,
CJ threw that wrench at somehow.
let's see. Is Rico wearing sleep? Okay, Rico in the house. It's like when are you and CJ throwing hands? I saw something like about that. Oh, maybe that was the one that was deleted. I don't know. Did you guys have?
Not me and CJ. I don't know.
I'm like so late on all this drama. It's like, wait, I thought they were friends.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, none of that. Get up, CJ.
Oh man. We don't say hello in Canadian anymore. We just lock you up for wrong think. Whoosh, going over my head.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got nothing. What's going on, Rico? Are these some of your corals?
Nope.
Not this time. We're one of these days, I will get more of his stuff.
There's too much going on right now. He's got to get tanks. He's got other stuff to worry about right now.
These tanks are kind of packed. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I could take like a lot of his corals in while he does his move and all that stuff. And I still might. It's just, it's complicated. There's just a lot of space that we have to like free up doing all this.
Mm-hmm.
Fix the corner. Okay, let's see. Fix the corner?
What corner?
I don't see it, guys.
I'm looking.
Oh yeah, fix the corner. He looks like a Force Ghost. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
guys.
just how he looks, guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
I'm actually sitting in Hawaii right now, so
Guys. Rico gave me a 1-year head start. Who would give a bigger colony?
who can grow bigger?
I already did that. Dan, chug that beer and shotgun another. Dude, I'm such a lightweight. I'm not going to do that. It's not unwise. We're on number 63. We have a long way to go here.
A long way.
This is a marathon.
We trying to do something like after this, so we need him to stay function.
Oh my god.
You know-
I'm going to be in the hospital tonight.
I hope not, but
Yeah, me too. But it is good to see that you look a lot better. Like you were
dude.
kind of rough the last couple of days.
I actually thought I was dying. Like I thought, I hate to say it, like I didn't say it to anybody, but I felt like I had some kind of like bleeding on the brain. Like it was so warm and intense and just hot and just pounding. It was unbelievable, and it didn't stop. It had started Sunday night. Like seriously.
So the whole week it's been bad?
Yeah, it started
Dang.
last Sunday. So I don't know. I thought I had a brain aneurysm or something. I don't know what to look for, but I know I was trying not to hit my panic mode. I was just trying to deal with it the best I could. And yesterday I was given blood pressure medicine and some other stuff, and I took it. And today I feel 90% better. Seriously.
Good.
So
Much better. Got room. Made room. Two things here. Two things. One, your mom's voyeuring us on the in the house. She's a total sweetheart. And then two, what the hell is up with those camels? Two lots over. You have camels?
He did not.
Camels.
They're technically alpacas.
What country are we in?
Yeah, alpacas.
This is Ohio. I don't know.
We are in farm country
Were they
here in
screaming?
Ohio.
Were they screaming?
No. There's
Yeah.
people playing basketball with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's people playing basketball with the alpacas.
Yeah.
While the alpacas are spitting at them.
You drinking them?
Nope.
Okay, fix the corner of the green screen. See,
Wait, there's.
maybe it's only
Yeah,
when,
you are
only
invisible,
when
man.
you
are
touch
ghosting.
it.
Am I ghosting?
Yeah,
I think
for
it's
sure.
only when you. Okay, I see it. It's right there. You see
Yeah,
it?
you can see here on my.
Yeah, it's because you're too far back. So let's go
Oh.
forward just a little bit. There you go.
Is that better?
Yep, we're good.
All right.
All right, thanks. You were right.
Sorry,
you were right,
guys.
Arturus NX7. You were right.
Sorry.
It's like I couldn't see it.
I was like
It's
in the
just
back.
too laid back.
Yeah, I was laid back. That's all. I was chilling.
Speaking of laid back, you've got The Chronic by Dr. Dre in a box.
Oh,
near
I
your-
believe it.
Near your back door.
He's just telling all your secrets.
laid back.
Oh my. He's
Am I? I'm blowing through the fourth wall.
he's blowing your image right now.
Everybody probably thinks I listen to Kenny G and stuff.
Probably.
Your mom's like, not a lot of people are making purchases right now because they're probably so entertained with the show.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks for the update, Mom.
Plus, there's probably a lot of people going to festivals.
Yeah, that's another thing. I bet everybody's like hammer drunk in this country. The only country I sell to.
Yeah.
Luckily, guys, hey guys, this show does go on past today. So if you happen to sober up by Tuesday, many of these corals might still be available. So check out this video then.
My car is gonna have to stay at Than's. Jamie said, "We'll come back and get it."
Oh man.
Number 69.
Dan listens to Dre? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dan,
I do.
Dan throws a lot of things, but if you guys come July 28th to the barbecue,
You're like, he's nothing like I thought he was going to be.
yeah. So make
Sound
sure.
about right, Matt?
I'll
He's a
definitely.
mixed bag. He's a mixed bag, man.
Also, for you guys that don't know, Joey has already booked his tickets, so Joey will be here partying it up with all you guys that are coming to the barbecue. Just thought I'd throw that out there real quick. Dan's gonna have to run a lot for cars. He wanted to keep it at 40. I don't think that's happening. Sorry.
40 people?
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work out too well.
We'll see what shows up. It's like
Hopefully the ground's solid because I could see the whole backyard loaded.
oh gosh, that'll be insane.
Yes, that chalice is awesome. That hyper watermelon chalice is fire.
One of my favorites.
Yes.
Where is everyone going to park? We're going to talk to the church next door, so the parking lot should be available.
Which is a pretty big parking lot over there.
We should be all right. Dan looks worried. I'm only worried because, like, I don't know. I just don't want anybody just to go missing. Like, not everyone made it out of that weekend.
Right.
That's awesome that so many people want to come here, though. That's really cool.
And
I feel so loved.
if we have a great turnout, this might be something we'll do once a year. But we're not 100%
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll
Yeah.
see once we're all out of jail and post bond.
bond and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we'll figure out where we're all
We'll
at.
see how much that cost us, and then we'll go from there.
It's like, was it worth it? It was kind of like that time that, the whole place got busted.
Right.
Is that a green coral on Than's head?
Number 72.
No.
Jamie brought all these little extras for us. So, you guys already know who this guy is. The other guy that was on earlier is Matt from Jayo Nation, and he's right now is shooting some behind the scenes stuff for his vlog, kind of showing how we go ahead and do this broadcast. So definitely check out his channel to see some behind the scenes look at all the goings on back here.
It's pretty interesting.
It's definitely different. It's like, Olga, I'd love to be there, but there's an ocean and Europe between us. So I think was there any RSVPs from Europe?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have to go back to that video.
I know some people are making some trips from really far away, and I know that Olga, if I recall correctly, she's from Israel. Yeah, Ben's not messing around now. He's moving it along. It's like, we need to do this before everybody passes out.
Right.
You should rent the alpacas. Oh man, that sounds
That's
awful.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Really bad.
Murphy's Reefing. Gotta go, guys. See ya. See you later.
All right, Murph.
Have a good one.
You know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember he came?
Yeah,
Okay, Yep.
Murphy's Reef was here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Why are Goniapora relatively cheap when they're supposedly very difficult to grow? It depends on the variety. Some are okay. Some are instant dead. So the ones that are okay tends to be the ones that stick around over here. Loving it, boys. Wish TG was streaming more. I wish I was too. Unfortunately, like, there's just so many other things going on. It's hard for me to even turn the camera on.
I think they will get more of those that come will get more of the concept of how much you actually got going on here and see why you can't just whatever. There's constantly things that are going on here. There's constantly corals going out daily. There's a lot. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like there's work.
Yeah, it's really a job. I mean, yeah, it's coral keeping, but this place is. It never stops. It's a job. Literally.
Sounds like you boys are partying hard.
Not yet. You might get a couple clips from Matt. If you're not subscribed to him, you need to, because I'm sure he will probably throw some clips in of us having.
It's okay. Sit up.
Look, can you actually
Look,
see?
You better. Oh my God! It's like we're a two-headed character.
Oops.
You just drop your phone?
No, my whatchamacallit.
I am going to go live on my Instagram.
Okay.
I'm going to do an Instagram
Okay.
behind the scenes
Uh-oh.
of what's going on here.
Rozzy's Reef Tank said, "Where is Matt?"
Where is Matt? Where's Matt?
Come on, Matt. Get in here.
Get in here, Matt.
What it do?
This way.
How's it going?
He is shooting some of his live stuff. And
I'm
he's
going
shooting
live.
some
I'm going live.
behind the scenes.
Live. Start video live. Checking connection.
You're stealing my bandwidths.
I'm on 4G right now. We're live. We're live. If you're on my Instagram,
There you go.
I'm going to show you the behind the scenes.
See ya. Can we get a link to Matt's channel? I don't know if it'll link, but it's Jayo.
Jayo Life.
Instagram is JAYOELIFE.
JAYOELIFE. That's the Instagram. And does Jayo mean to add gas? It does.
Yep.
Rossi's Reef Tank with the Chinese.
culture.
Yep.
There you go.
So, yeah, Blue Basin Aquatics is watching.
Nice.
So yeah, this is David. This is Rico, and they're doing the
Happy St.
Tidal
Patty's
Gardens
Day,
monthly live
guys.
stream. And this is the light that makes them shine and makes Rico's shirt disappear. And
It's like I've been subbed to Matt's channel for years. I love his 300-gallon tank. Yeah, and you know he is going for it. You know how some people say like, man, I got a bucket list, and you know I'm gonna do some things, and you know this is my dream. Matt's like, so he said, I'm gonna make a list of 100 things that's on my bucket list, and he was like, the first thing the most unrealistic thing that he can add is, I'm gonna climb Mount Everest, and this is the first ththing he ended up doing off that bucket list. Dude was on Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
So he was showing me like kind of on a picture of Mount Everest, like how far he got. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty far. But you can see that there's quite a ways to the summit, right? But like base camp wasn't on the picture. Like you had to go way up to get to base camp. And then you have to go way the hell up. And then so yeah, he was just telling me over at lunch today. It's like, yeah, Mount Everest is a 60-day expedition.
60 days.
60 days.
It's a journey.
Yeah. This guy, so I was like, whenever we were out, I was just telling people who didn't know who he was, like, listen, this guy, it's not that guy that's the Dos Equis guy. This guy is the real most interesting guy in the world. He has run a marathon in North Korea.
Pyongyang.
Yeah, exactly. He's biking all around the world, and I would absolutely show you this map, except I'm terrified I will lose audio again. Don't worry about the map.
Go to Jayo.com and look at maps.
Jayo.com. You can see where he's planning on going. He's going to go all around Africa. He's going to go to Antarctica with that trike.
Yeah.
He's really doing it. And hopefully, fingers crossed, he can make it to our little get together in July.
Yes.
Or June.
July 28th. What is that? That's a Saturday.
It should be a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Is CJ coming? Oh, I might be there. Because he might have something better to do, right, CJ? He might have something better to do.
No, I think CJ loves to be one of those mystery type people, puts everybody on the edge. Is he going? Is he not going? And he just,
It's like, yeah, daily review. CJ, you better be there, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was telling this story before, but like just seeing Matt, how often he has his camera out and is shooting content. Constantly.
Yes.
It's like, it makes me feel like
you're not doing nothing.
I'm not even an amateur at YouTube. It's like I'm a YouTube tourist.
Yeah.
That just kind of like stuck his little foot in the water as far as this goes. Because it's like, this guy is he's always on. And I just watched like, oh my God, I'm tired just watching him shoot all this stuff. I mean, we're just having breakfast. And he's shooting like 5 different B-rolls of him pouring coffee. Like,
yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Peer pressure.
CJ, you're the goat of corals. Alex Gray. I'm the goat of corals. This guy right here. Peer pressure. Yep. Yeah, CJ, you have to make it. You've already been here once.
Yeah.
You've already been here once. You got to come back. All the cool kids are going to be there. Just like Brian said. All the cool kids are going to be here. I can hear Matt in the background talking to his people. I can't even imagine like what it would look like to have all those YouTubers come in for that event and just have everybody like just all constantly. It'd be like VidCon, like everybody's producing content
producing,
simultaneously.
live streaming, Well, they're going to have to stay on their own network. Your network would crash. Your bandwidth here would just be through.
He's like, I'm just a guy off the phone. These guys are the goats of corals. So, you know what? I was looking at your footage, CJ, from Rico's tank that you shot.
Oh,
that was really good. And that just goes to show you, like, and obviously...
He tried to get me to say who did a better job, you or him. He was trolling you a little bit.
Well, me. Like, let's not get silly here. I'm just saying, for a phone... It was pretty good.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah. It was really good. CJ's the king of clickbait. Uh-oh. No.
Yeah.
My other friend George Coralfish12G
He's
is
probably
the king of
clickbait.
clickbait.
Yeah.
And he will own right up to that.
Yeah.
It's like, I do that. It's like, hell yeah, you do. By the way, I should talk to see
Yeah.
what he's up to.
Yeah, maybe we can get him to come.
He
probably will.
wanted to visit at some point, so I don't know. We'll see. I haven't talked to him since Mac now. Where is Than located? I am in Ohio. Oh boy. Super nice corals in the colors, man. Great camera work to whomever. That would be Ben. So shout out to Ben.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job with the camera.
He
He's being the adult in the room right now.
He's always the adult in the room, quite honestly.
Ozzy. Than, is it worth me setting up a UV sterilizer in an SPS tank, or will it kill all the coral food that they need? It's definitely not something that you need. I mean, I would say that if you decided to go with a UV sterilizer, you would literally be 1% of the population that did it. So clearly, you can be successful without it. I tend to think that UV is kind of a good thing, even though I don't use it extensively. What do you think, Rico? UV on your SPS?
You know, I mean, I have UV sterilizers. I put one on, but I don't see a difference with them or without it. You was there when you shot my tank. CJ was there. How was my water quality? Honestly, like,
It's good.
great water quality without it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
all right.
I think it's
Can't
really
let
up
it get to your head.
Yeah, I think it's just up to you, though. I mean, it has its good benefits and it has its bad benefits, just like with a lot of things in this hobby. So, as far as I'm concerned, I think you do what you do when it comes to that. I don't know.
Again, just like he said, there's some benefits.
Yeah.
Ohio's big. What city? Akron.
Mm-hmm.
Home of LeBron James.
Yeah, he's like 10 minutes down the road.
UV is mostly for fish, right? Not necessarily.
It's more for pathogens in the water and green water. It helps you with keeping your water quality clear and nuke. Well, depending on what you use it for. You know, not to be funny, depends on your flow rate through it, what you want to use it for. Do you want it for water quality, or do you want it for parasites to actually nuke or kill parasites going through it? Really depends on what you want to use it for, and you also have to understand the flow rate that's going through it, and get the proper flow rate through it, based on what you want it to do. So that's an open-ended conversation. I don't even know how to really even.
It's what you make of it.
Yeah.
Long story short,
Yeah.
it's what you make of it. I mean, it's just because you add a UV, it could be horribly undersized and not do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to say.
And a good one's really not that cheap neither.
I have a photosynthetic gorgonian from you. Pink, it's done great for a year. My question is, do they shed? Yes. It looked rough for a time despite stable chemistry. No other changes, and I read they do. Sometimes they do. Like gorgonians oftentimes develop that same waxy film that you would see on like a leather coral.
Toadstool or something.
Yeah. So you always just provide some good strong flow. Blow it off on occasion with a turkey baster. It'll be fine. It's like, why is it so hard to find yellow coral? There's not a ton of it out there.
It's not even that it's hard to keep them yellow.
What number are we on? 90? Okay, I went ahead. Sorry about that.
Moving to 91 now.
Okay, go to 91. Let's see, because that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I messed up, guys. Sorry for the confusion. Right around number 90.
But the whole yellow coral, no, there's not you don't really see a whole lot of it, but the ones you do see, usually if you get it, depending on your parameters and all kinds of other factors, it's hard to keep that coral yellow. A lot of people end up getting a yellow coral, and it just ends up being green in their system. Would you?
Yeah, and it depends. Like certain things like parites that are supposed to be yellow, they're really sensitive to chemical changes.
Yeah.
And if you don't keep up with that, if you don't maintain really really good chemistry, if you don't provide like enough bright light, they can start like going from like yellow to like not that good looking brownish color to then dead. So there's only like a handful of consistently yellow corals out there, And one of them is actually super common. It's just yellow polyps, which is its own bag of problems because they can kind of reach out and sting stuff. And they're basically like pretty aptasia sometimes. But if you wanted to keep them alive, then they die. Like stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's just not a lot of them out there. Long story short. Alan, do you have to have an appointment to come on and buy corals in Akron? Yes. Visits are by appointment, but we try to be accommodating. Rossi's reef tank. What is up, Rossi? What nanometer is most important for corals? That is a loaded question.
That is definitely low.
If you wanted to talk like hardcore biology, you would have to look up what kind of chlorophyll is in the zooxanthellae, which is in the coral. Different types of chlorophyll have different absorption peaks. Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. So there's different. There's even like another one that's like even less common, and they have different absorption peaks. So depending on what kind of chlorophyll is in the coral through the zooxanthellae, it's going to depend on. It's gonna make the what is the ideal light spectrum matter most. Honestly, it's probably something closer to both peaks of the 660 nanometer, which is red, and the 430 nanometer, which is kind of like violet color. So you kind of have to get those two peaks covered, but it's to the extent that which one is more important than the other it's largely dependent on the coral itself. That is a very, 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 very good answer considering how drunk I am. I'm proud of myself for explaining that. That could have gone completely nonsensical in a hurry. Corals do not contain chlorophyll B. Is that even true? I need to look that up. Because there's some weird ones there. The zoas, it really depends on what's going on in the zooxanthellae. And zooxanthellae have like weird stuff that's not even so much that it's chlorophyll, but it's some other thing entirely that's also absorbing light. What are those things called? Carotenoids.
This is going to a very dark
Zoos
place.
don't have chlorophyll B. Matt, do you know?
No.
No.
Matt's like
He
punt.
has no idea.
Someone told me 470 nanometers is useless. I would tend to disagree with that.
Couldn't tell you.
Like yellow water, does that count? No.
Count as far as what?
I think he's talking about yellow. We're talking about yellow corals.
Oh. Yeah, that doesn't count. For that, I would say
97.
do a water change.
Yes, your water is not supposed to be yellow.
You're right.
Is a trumpet coral a candy cane? Yes.
Yes, it is.
It sounds like you're not drunk enough. You would probably be wrong, but I will have another. So, again, what we're drinking. He's not drinking right now.
No,
Anyway,
I'm going to be driving.
I'm drinking a nitro Irish stout. This is made by Breckenridge. This is in Colorado, and wherever Matt went, he's having Sapporo. He doesn't like the dark stuff, so this is a stout. And then the other thing I got was a quarter, which is also dark. And this is nitro, so you can't like go too crazy with this.
Number 98.
You got it.
I have to change
That
my
is like a
overlay.
looks like a very high quality beer. Like it is.
It's pretty good.
It almost looks like root beer, honestly.
It's totally not.
But I know it's totally not.
The primary photosynthetic pigments of Symboidium is chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C2, and peridenin. Okay.
What's that? Chlorophyll. Brian Goldstein. C2.
What about running carbon for your yellow water? That or ozone?
Yeah.
Do the prices go down the more you drink? Unfortunately, no.
Not at all.
No. It's like, yeah, like Ben is the god emperor of pricing. Frag tank is a display tank. What do you think? Oh, those mutually exclusive. So Jedi Ghost Rico says, no, probably not.
No.
Nah. Translation: corals like light.
Translucent?
Translation.
Translation. You meant translucent?
Than, what corals do you have now that are seasonal, buy now or never types? For right now, I'd say probably the acros. You probably want to be buying those right now.
He's not lying about that one. I would probably have to definitely
Yeah,
agree.
the acros definitely.
Right now, if he has any acros, get them now while they're looking on fire right now, because they won't be in a couple months.
Yeah, seriously. Matt, did you want to hop back in?
Yes, come on.
You tag in?
Yes, get in here. Give me a break. I need to go relieve myself.
You're not drinking any beers.
No, like relieve myself.
Oh, relief
Like,
of duty.
relief of duty and get a little fresh air and get.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
You should say welcome back. I should say thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
For those that are new to the stream, welcome as well. This is Matt from Jayo Nation. He is a vlogger, world traveler, and a reef aquarist.
Yep. It's a weird combo.
Mostly based out of China.
Yeah. I've lived in China about 10 years now. I had a 300-gallon channel playlist. Really, it was on the Jayo channel, but it was a playlist called Matt's Reef Tank, and I was trying to make a video series that was a little bit more like down to earth, like a hobbyist perspective on starting things up and kind of going through the heartaches and challenges that go along with trying to be a reefer. And yeah.
So CJ is asking, will Matt be releasing a greenhouse tour on his channel?
Yes, I will. I've recorded. Today is number 5 video.
He is very prolific when it comes to this, because he was also just thinking, now how did I end the last video for Matt's Reef Tank?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is this for the daily vlog?
Or is this for the Vlogger One-on-One? I'm not sure. Basically, I have a series that I film as I travel around the world called Vlogger One-on-One. And this series is really dedicated to people that produce videos on YouTube. And so I'll interview different people that have YouTube channels. So that's one video. Then I have my vlog itself, which is like daily life, what is happening in my life as I travel around the world, or as I climb Everest, or as I live in China. And
One sec, Ben needs help.
I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
What happened?
It was just like caught, like the belt wasn't tight for some
Huh,
reason.
weird.
Just wiggled it and snapped back in place.
Everything good?
Think so.
Yeah, it's good. Sorry about that.
And then the third series I have is the Matt's Reef Tank series. So there's 3 kind of things that I wanted to do with Than while I was here. And so yesterday we recorded a Vlogger One-on-One where he talked about specifically YouTube-related stuff. So if you're really interested in to see why he got started and where he plans to take his channel specifically for YouTube, then you'll be interested in that. If you're interested in a tour of his new facility or his reef room, then you'll be interested in the Matt's Reef Tank episodes, 2 of which, one yesterday, one today. Or if you're just interested in what this guy is like, just willy-nilly normal, then you'll be interested in the vlog, because that's kind of taking things behind the scenes. And I'll try to publish them as quick as possible, but I think I got 5 videos produced in the last 2 days, and it's going to take a little while.
So like yesterday after dinner, we just basically got back to my place, And then he just like, camped out in one area, I camped out in another, and we're just working on videos. And Matt's just like, wow, really exciting Friday night here, guys.
Yeah, man.
That's basically how it is. You have to get a lot of stuff processed, because
when you produce on YouTube and you produce regularly, you have to sacrifice certain things, like so. And a lot of times you don't really want to film at night because the light's not there, or from a daily vlogger kind of perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So I try and pack my day with interesting things and then film at night.
So that's amazing to me, because it's a struggle for me to constantly be like shooting and editing and scripting videos, and then I look at something like your channel, where not only are you doing all those things, but you're riding 60 miles per day on a trike.
Yeah.
Ending up not at your own home, but you're ending up
someplace
at
I've never been before.
Airbnb someplace.
Yeah.
Who knows what the internet's going to be like there?
Yeah.
In a foreign country.
Yeah.
And have to then edit on a laptop. Like, I hate editing on my laptop. I had to buy a new computer just to have like the horsepower to chew through all of the files that I generate. And he's doing all this on a laptop, on the road.
Drone footage and camera footage.
Right, and like, it's crazy because like the types of shots, if you're familiar with his channel at all, it's high production quality. It's not just like, hey guys, I'm just here for... No, there's drone footage cuts.
Yeah,
There's
B-roll,
cuts
lots
where,
of B-roll.
like, where he's riding his trike away from the camera. Guess what has to happen? He needs to get off that trike, run back, get the camera, and then continue on.
Yeah,
so he has to plan all these shots, and then to stitch it all together. That evening, after biking that long, and then hopefully it uploads properly overnight.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Unless you're in China on a VPN and you upload all night and find out it's corrupted somewhere along the way. And you got to re-upload it.
It's insane. And then, and Tech Gear Talk, by the way, Sigi, like, this guy, on top of all that, did podcasting. And we're like, how? How is, like, just the time, how does the time even work out? How is that possible? That blows my mind. Like, I struggle to make one video every 2 weeks.
Yes, CJ, it's amazing, man. Like, to be honest, I've looked at some he's like, man, your whole life is saved for review. That's true, man. I can go back and look at the birth of my daughter. I can look at being on the top of Everest. I can look at even smaller things. When you try to create a story every day, you learn that there is a story every day. And oftentimes you feel like, today was boring, there was nothing. But when you really like boil things down, you find that there's really something interesting to like think about or cover every day. And when you look back on that, it makes life a whole lot more valuable, worthwhile. It's amazing. I'm glad I'm doing this, and I'm sure you feel similar. Like when you videotape things, maybe even just looking at a coral from a perspective that you look at it, it gives it a whole new value.
On my much more lame sort of thing that does kind of correlate, it's like sometimes it's cool to see your coral, and because like your memory is really not very reliable. So sometimes when you see a coral, it's like, oh, that's when it really looked awesome. I thought it looked awesome now, but it doesn't. I need to go back and change something.
Yeah.
Or it looks really good now.
Yeah.
And it's come such a long way. But you can kind of like document that growth.
For sure.
And so for the Reef Aquarium crowd, that's a very applicable way that like kind of chronicling your tank. Because like sometimes you just think that that's how things were, but that's not how they were. That's how you
perceive them.
Perceive them. When you really look back, it's like, oh, things have changed.
Yeah.
I need to then do this, that, and the other thing differently.
Yes, for sure. That's really important because you can kind of, from my perspective, I can say, am I living life to the fullest? Because I'm looking at some old videos and I'm like, whoa, I was traveling hard. I was living life, squeezing it, of all it's worth. And then you look at yourself now and I'm like, evaluate. You evaluate yourself and you say, Am I doing good? Am I doing good? Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you are. And you can say, I need to step it up a notch. And those videos help you do that.
And I guess the other thing is, like, when you're operating on a daily vlog level, it's so kind of, I guess it's a quick kick in the butt to do something interesting. Like, so much of my day is like so routine sometimes. And you know what I want to do that evening? I want to hang out with my cats, watch Netflix, and then just go to bed. Like, that is my idea of a great time right about now. But it's like when you have the, I guess, the added pressure of producing something for a large audience on that's expecting a daily vlog. No, maybe you're not going to hang out with your cats that evening.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to actually go out and find something really cool to do.
And that, you know, sometimes that's a nice kick in the butt, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It keeps you from falling into that, you know, we all fall into that zone where we kind of like that groove, that comfort zone. Yeah. And we could carry that comfort zone for years, you know what I mean?
You'll look back one day and be like, oh my gosh, that was 4 years ago, and I haven't done anything memorable in this whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's definitely kind of an eye-opening thing, because there's so many things that you've kind of just gone and pursued that I would never have even considered, you know? Because you just can't go climb Mount Everest. You need to like work up to it. Meaning
I had to climb a lot before
You had to climb a lot of other mountains before you climb Mount Everest. And it's so cool just to jump into like a completely different culture. You don't speak the language, but you know what? This is your home now. You're gonna make it work, and you're gonna show people how this all happened.
You know, I get a lot of people. CJ, I'll come to your point there in a second because that's interesting. But I get a lot of people that. You know what? I'll go talk to about CJ's thing right now because I totally lost the train I was on. CJ, you derailed my train, man. What the hell? It's just gone.
Yeah,
gone.
As soon as he started to talk about gear, he was just like, he's like, inspiring life stuff.
Gear, no.
Never mind. Let's talk about hard drives and storage.
I cycle around with four 4-terabyte hard drives, cycling, mobile. And I have a 2-terabyte hard drive solid state in my MacBook Pro. So I have, what is that, 18 terabytes. And it's 3/4 full. So I have a little bit to work on to fill that up, you know. So that's great. What the hell was I about to talk to?
That's why I hate when you do chats.
Yeah, man. I had something. It was prophetic, man. It was beautiful. Just think about being inspired right now. I would have given you that, but instead I told you how many terabytes I carry. It's worthless.
Reefer James, Stan, running a business is no small feat. That is true. It's not to say that I'm not doing anything and I'm just like being like lazy and just eating pizza every night. I do eat pizza a lot though. Wait, here, rewind. I ain't climbing Mount Everest. Yeah, there's like scales to this, right? It's like, there's like bucket listy things. It's like sometimes you just need to be doing really cool stuff. And to challenge yourself.
Stan is climbing his own Mount Everest, though. I mean, how many people have a room full of equipment, have risked this much to put together this sort of a setup? I mean, this is your Mount Everest. Really?
And it took him many years to get
For sure.
He did Mount Everest already. It's just on a different scale.
There's milestones for everybody, and they're not necessarily climbing Mount Everest. They're a bunch of different things, and they mean equally amounts, you know. So.
I'm gonna stop chatting. I just missed a life-changing thought.
What the hell, man?
Like, CJ, way to make this about you, CJ.
Dan's got more beer to go.
Get Dan another. Bro, do you see?
No, we have to do these corals and go have some fun.
We need to.
Yeah, I gotta save some. I broke the seal in like 3 times already, man.
We need to have like this. We need to have a rotation of guest hosts.
Let's see. We've got 177 people watching right now.
Nice.
Is that good?
I will take it. Matt, sending some positive energy to you from Singapore.
Jayo.
Goat country, Singapore. No, it's like Singapore's so dope. I want to go back there so bad. I'm trying to convince my friends to come hang out, and just because every couple years we try to do like an international trip, and I've been telling them it's like Singapore is so cool. We have to go. Fan, pound water. I'll for sure come and do a show. Very cool. So Tech Gear Talk, by the way, he's one of my close friends. He's my boy. So yeah, definitely come down and visit. Mount Everest is overrated. Lol.
It is. It is.
Lol. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not even saying that facetiously. Like, actually, really, really, thank you. I ain't that rich.
118.
I'm trying to post on some groups, see if we can get some more people in here. I want to break some records. I want to have Jayo's presence on Tidal Gardens to bring down the house.
Matt, what did you do to your office tank? It's gone, right?
Gone.
I was so mad at Matt when he did that.
Were you?
Oh, I was like, come on, no.
Yeah, I was too. It was a great tank, you know. It's sitting in a factory that makes water meters right now, in the 3rd floor. Just an empty concrete floor. It's sitting in there. What a shame.
Even his tank has its own stories.
Yes.
Every tank has a story. You know what? I was talking to. Okay, couple of things here. Can I ask them about the live feed video? See what they think about it.
Sure. You could probably explain it better than me even.
Okay.
At
You
this
know,
point.
my daughter loves fish tanks. You know, she loved the office tank and she loves the house tank. Recently, my house tank was broken because the glass separated and it was leaking. I had to close it down. We have a little nano now, like 10-gallon tank. It's just got a couple of clownfish in it. But I went online because the fish help her sleep, you know, to help her to kind of like take her mind off things, show her the fish. So I went online and I looked for some of those live stream feeds of a long video, like 5 hours long or whatever, that's just aquarium life or ocean life or whatever. There's a few of them out there. And basically they stitch together a bunch of clips and you watch this environment for a little while. It's like a screensaver. The quality is subpar.
It's all right.
The clips are, but my daughter likes it. She enjoys watching it. When I was talking to Dan, I thought
Whatever
that
my name is.
whatever.
So whatever, Matt.
When I was here in Tidal Gardens, I said, you know, you have some of the best looking clips, and he's got this slider that slowly moves across corals. You must have so much. We call it in video. We call it B-roll, like clip that is just its only purpose is to entertain the eyes. Like you have us in the corner that's talking. That's like the A-roll stuff. But the B-roll is what you're watching up in the corner. And I was thinking, you have so much of this. You could stitch it together into like a 4-hour video with some nice music, some maybe classical, or you know, you're talking about doing like some sort of hip hop. You could do hip hop. You could do different things. You could do a psychedelic. But I was thinking you could do these long, looped clips, and people could just jump on and jump off and see beautiful corals anytime.
He's done put plenty of shots from his friends of my tank.
He could go all the way back into his stuff. He doesn't even have to record anything.
And he could just make a long, like you're saying.
Do you think? I think that what would happen is you would find people that were just interested in eye candy that may.
Put it on their screens and just watch it on.
Just to have it in the background.
They may never even ever know about Tidal Gardens any other way, but they'll find it through this method. And I thought it might be a really interesting way to promote Tidal Gardens and also do another unique thing.
That's constantly on my tank, 24/7. I was thinking about doing that.
Yeah.
But he's got so much content, he could really. And
Yeah.
it's good.
You could put out like a bunch of different.
No, it has to
videos.
happen.
You gotta do it.
It'll be so good. It'll be so
Yeah.
good.
I think he should. Yeah.
Anyways, do you think that'd be a good idea? I think that'd be great. I'm drinking Sapporo.
So what's the alcohol percentage? Does it
Oh.
list it?
It's probably not so much. You know, I was in Sapporo. I cycled through Sapporo in Hokkaido. It's up in Hokkaido. The beer in Sapporo, so much better. Sapporo from the tap in Sapporo, forget about it. Forget about it.
124.
I think that would be the
I can
hardest part of traveling and trying all these different beers or different foods, and then have to come back to reality.
Yeah, right. You guys are so fucking boring. So boring. I mumbled that, so it wasn't so clear. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
You know,
It
it's
was picked up.
Sorry. What is where's the percentage on this thing?
That's how good it is. They don't give you.
yeah.
They don't even
I
don't
see
even need to know.
percentages here either.
Quality
12
stuff.
fluid ounces, 335 milliliters.
125.
It's good.
It's good. Yeah. That's it.
What's this happening?
We're at halfway. Oh my god.
Holy really?
We've been on for about 2 hours. No, about yeah.
Wow,
about
this is
2
gonna be a
hours.
long live stream, huh? It is what it is.
Yeah, usually somewhat.
Yeah.
The other idea I had was my reef tank, Matt's reef tank was. I knew every fish, every person, and we all know that in this industry that in this hobby that every fish has a personality. No two sailfins are the same. No two tangs are the same. And I was thinking that you could do like a live SpongeBob kind of. You get people to do like narrative voices, and you record your fish tank, and you create a story in your fish tank every day. And so, like, you know, today is, you know, like, for example, let's say today your sailfin tang is picking on your polyps, and then there you have a shrimp that's kind of coming across and cleaning, you know, a few of your fish. You could actually create a story using the real life activity of your tank, but like dubbing over it with like these kind of interesting voices and subtitles. You could actually make like sort of like a educational show based on the life of your fish tank every day. And I was thinking, I mean, you could do that as well. I could.
He won't do that.
I know, but it's an idea.
I'm like,
Look, yeah.
it's
I
like
don't have time as it is. But
that is very ambitious. I could send you clips and you can make it.
yeah,
I would do that.
You're a madman.
As a matter of fact, his sailfin tang I was recording today, his mouth was moving quite aggressively, like he was chomping at the glass. I'm gonna convert it into a little like preview of today's episode. Be like, are you watching Tidal Gardens? Then you need to watch Tidal Gardens right now.
Will Tidal Gardens be coming to Reefapalooza Orlando? I will not be. But
Okay.
but Rico, are you going?
yeah, it's already booked.
So Rico Palooza. Rico will be going to Reefapalooza.
Number 130.
So you can say hi vicariously through him.
Yeah. And I always do live shows when
Fan,
I-
any experience with white dots and Zoa skirts? Not so much on the skirts, just because I thought they were nudies, but the white spots didn't go away. Could it be bacterial? White spots on the skirts? I wouldn't think that that's a thing at all. Usually, like infection and stuff like that would manifest at its actual stalk or things like that.
Have a natural speckle.
Yeah, there's like natural speckles and stuff. Yeah. It could be zoopox, but typically speaking, like deluxe, it's not.
130 never had a problem with zoopox, you know.
I mean, I've seen it, but it's not on the tentacles.
No, it's on the actual one that closes the body.
Brilliant voice acting there, Matt. There you go. Did somebody give Matt some Jameson on the side? Matt, I saw your China friend Skimmers in Singapore.
Yeah. Okay, he sells over there.
Yeah, somebody's saying it's like, man, you need to sell his Skimmers. I'm like, I'm bad at selling
What a
stuff.
coinkydink. We're kind of talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about exploring the possibilities.
Yeah.
Exploring the possibilities.
Let's see here. It's
I'm
getting
just
weird.
saying, you two gents better be coming here to Vegas for MACNA this year.
What is MACNA?
It's one of the larger big national aquarium conferences. So it stands for the Marine Aquarium Conference of North America. And this year it is in Vegas, your old stomping
My hometown,
ground of
my
Vegas.
old stocking ground. Yeah.
So can
Stalking or stomping?
Both.
Stalking?
Stalking.
Stalking.
So you had a story about like when you just decided to move out to Vegas. can you like go into a little bit about like what precipitated that move to begin with? Because this kind of speaks to his entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, okay. We only got an hour and a half. No, I lived in Detroit. My hometown is in Detroit. That's where I am actually right now, living at my dad's place. Well, I'm on this weird side trip. But when I was around 15, 16, I started my first company. And
I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. It was it was based on a character that hooked on your car antenna. They called them antenna acrobats. I bet if you go on Google and look up antenna acrobat, you'd probably see them. And so I designed this product. I thought it would be an interesting novelty for car antennas, back when car antennas were a thing. And so I found a factory in Detroit to make them. I produced them there. I sold them to GM, a bunch of the big marketing firms there for Chrysler and Dodge. And it was just sort of a marketing tool for them. I spent a lot of money. I was manufacturing them in the United States because they're made in America. It's Detroit, right? But it turns out that I couldn't compete with goods that were made in China. My price was simply too high. So I started learning how to do business in China and how to make products in China. And eventually people came to me and said, I know you know how to make stuff in China. I need to know if you can make this X, Y, and Z in China. And so I, what does that sound? Is that a jet flying? Are you near an airport?
That sounds like somebody's motorcycle.
Yeah, that's an engine. Anyways, I was making making products for people and designing them and then producing them in China. And one of the products was casino based. So that was right when the economy kind of fell out. Detroit got hurt really hard with the meltdown, the economic meltdown. So I said, well, casinos seem like a good customer. And there's like 300 plus casinos in Vegas. So why don't I move there? So I picked up and moved to Vegas on a whim. Never even visited Vegas. Never visited Vegas. Just picked up, loaded a big truck. And I found myself living in Vegas in a few days later, you know.
So
and
crazy.
Hit the pavement, and every day was walking up and down streets, knocking on doors, calling to the big casinos in Vegas and saying, hey, this is what I do. I make stuff in China if you're interested. You know, it was literally walking casino to casino to casino. Hi, my name's Matt. Yeah, I own a company, MCG Innovations. Yeah, I make products in China, you know. No, sir, hang up. No, sir, hang up. Eventually, I walked into a property owned by MGM Casino and Resorts, and MGM ended up saying, come in and have a meeting. They were my first customer. I sold them 17,000 units of some business card holder, and my life was started anew in Vegas.
That's like so wild.
Yeah, crazy. And now I'm traveling around the world on a 3-wheeled bicycle and recording my life on YouTube. Who would ever guess?
And he's hanging out with us for your benefit. There you go. So, how did you become a fish store owner?
How did you what?
Matt, how did you become a fish store owner?
138.
Oh, the fish store. You guys, if you guys go to my channel, Gyro Nation, and search my Matt's Reef Tank playlist, you'll see one of them there. It's like how I bought a fish store or something like that.
Yeah.
What a story that was. Somebody in Vegas hates me. And another person in Vegas really likes me.
So maybe Matt shouldn't show up in Vegas. There might be like a hit out on
animosity.
him.
Nah, that guy, I don't even think he owns that place anymore. Basically, I lived in Vegas for 5 years, and one of the local fish stores was called Green Valley Aquariums. It was in Green Valley district of Las Vegas. And it was owned by this old couple who were real sweet. But their corals and stuff were pretty overpriced. It was just a high-end place. I couldn't afford to shop there as much as maybe other smaller stores. And one day, I'm going to really condense this story. It's quite long. But one day...
We have all the time in the world. Got all the time.
I'm not used to having all the time in the world. Normally, I'm trying to cram everything in a 5-minute video. But I cruised past... You know how you... I don't know what you guys do, but for me, I had a girlfriend at the time that we used to just every weekend we'd get in the car together and we'd drive and hit the 3 fish stores in town. And we maybe never buy anything. Maybe we'd buy one thing, but it was just fun to go and look at the different places. And one of these places was Green Valley Aquarium. On this day in particular, when we drove past this place, I saw in the window going out of business. And so I was like, going out of business? It's interesting. And it was the highest priced place in town. So I went in and I was like, so you going out of business? What kind of deals you got? And he was like, oh, everything is like 10% off. And I was like, well, you overprice things by 30%, so 10% off is still a little bit much.
Still a little steep.
Still a little steep. So I went away. A couple of weeks later, I went there, and I asked again, so how are things going? He's like, well, we're closing up the shop tomorrow. And he had a 120-gallon show tank. He had a really beautiful lighting system up at the top. He had a nice stand, a nice sump. I mean, the protein skimmer and everything. And he was selling it for like $200. And I was like, well, you know, that's pretty awesome. Thank you. I'll take it. And I looked around, and I'm like, you're closing up this place tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, we're closing up tomorrow. I said, you've got like 200 tanks, like rows and rows of tanks. He's got like plumbing elements. He had those really, really heavy, beautiful unions and joiners and just amazing stuff. And I was like, what are you doing getting rid of all this stuff? He's like, I'm just going to give it to the next owner. I'm just leaving it. And I said, do you know the next owner? Is he going to be a fish tank store? Is he going to take over this place and like build on your infrastructure? And he's like, I don't know. I have no idea. He's like, I think my coworker is going to take over this place, and he's kind of angling. He's like, well, he didn't like the guy that was working for him, and he was thinking that the guy that was working for him was waiting for him to die and get rid of his place so that he could take it over, and he wasn't quite happy about it. I mean, if he was honest, the employee was honest and said, hey, I'd really like to take over your fish store. I really like what you've done with the place, and I'd like to carry it on. This is an employee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's like Ben waiting for me to die.
Yeah. he's rubbing his hands together. So he's like, I would much rather give it to somebody who I know cares about the hobby than give it to some guy who's trying to screw me on the back end, or possibly some office supply store that's just going to gut the whole place anyways. So at the time I had access, I owned a 24-foot box truck, and I called it Big Blue. It was a huge hulking thing that was just doing no good whatsoever but sitting in a parking lot. And I said, you know, I've got a big box truck. I said, I could come over here tonight with a bunch of my friends and we could gut the place. And whatever I sell, I could split with you 50-50. It'd be a win-win for him because otherwise he's going to lose it all anyways, you know. And so he took, and we had only known each other for a few visits, and then this moment, he took my hand and he dropped the keys to the store in my hand, and he's like, go to it. So I called. Wow. It was amazing. So I called my friends. I had a bunch of friends in Vegas, and I called them and I said, hey man, what would you do for all the beer you can drink tonight? You know, I was bribing them with beer. I'm like, I need some hands. So I got like 3 or 4 of my buddies. I really wish I was vlogging at that time. That would have been an amazing story to actually capture on vlog.
It's an amazing story with just you telling it, let alone vlogging it.
Well,
that's crazy.
What I could see from the outset was that he had all of these tanks, and they were all pre-drilled. They were glass tanks, but a lot of them had drills in them, so they weren't. It wasn't like a brand new tank that you could sell. It's the person that bought those had to have a specific knowledge to make these workable, but there was a lot of them. And so when I came there after I got the truck, then I was able to walk through the place, and then there was so many gems. There were so many things. There was 2 RODI units hanging on the wall that were pumping RODI water to 2 like 500-gallon plastic tubs that in itself was like, well, that was worth it in itself. Mm-hmm. Like, that was something that I used. I used one of the RODI. I took everything that I really wanted and sold the rest on Craigslist, so I had like the opportunity to go through. He had a mahogany office desk that was like L-shaped, that was in his back office that I took, and that became my desk in my house in Vegas. There was a live rock tank that he had unplugged for like 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, this tank was unfiltered and unheated, but it was still water and live rock, full of tonka branch, full of the really beautiful live rock. And within this live rock were these organisms that were just kind of like, please, oh please, I'm just sweating this thing out. I'm just sweating this thing out. Like emerald crabs, beautiful emerald crabs. There was a couple of eels. There was shrimp. There was, for me, some of you guys don't like hitchhikers. I always feel like hitchhikers are like, they're like freebies, you know? They're like fun stuff. I mean, obviously you don't want to, what is that shrimp that...
Mantis.
You know, the mantis shrimps
like
are
a gorilla crab
horrible,
or something.
horrible. And a gorilla crab, that was Hercules. If you saw my video, we had I called him Hercules. He was killing everything. He killed Fung, which was my matriarch of my tank, the sailfin tank. Anyways, walked through. I took all the tanks off the walls. I took all the plumbing. I had a Sawzall, and I was literally just destroying this fish store from just gutting it. I laugh because the owner of the store's suspicion was actually correct, and the employee did end up taking over that. And I can only imagine the look on his face when he thought he was going to walk into a pre-set up, beautiful fish tank store. All he was going to have to do is turn on the pumps. Let's go. Instead, I had cut out.
Gutted.
I had cut out the valves. I mean, he didn't even have plumbing. Sorry, buddy. Not really, but I'm sorry, I guess. I don't know.
Don't ever show up in Vegas again.
He set up the store for a while, and he had something set up. But anyways, you know, some of the funny stuff that I found was that this store was open for about 20 years. And what you would find behind a tank with 20 years of salt, mummified, like, what are those beautiful eels that have the yellow ridge line and they're like
Ribbons?
like a really beautiful ribbon eels frozen in time. You know, they had jumped out of the tank, they were behind, but he had never cleaned behind all of these tanks. So you had, it was like a museum of life, you know, that was frozen in time. Salt is one of the best preservers that you can have, you know. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah.
So chat has completely like stopped. There is 181 people that just sat.
What's going on? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
During your entire like story there might have been like 2 comments the whole time. Just like everybody was like sitting enraptured.
Or the thing's offline, and I told that whole story to nobody.
It's like, oh, by the way, we didn't broadcast it. It's like, is stream dead? Stream?
No audio. No audio. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna listen. See. Okay, I hear.
Yeah, people are like, no. It's like, no.
Thank God.
We're here. We're here. It's like salted eel. I think I ate that in China. Oh, we got here some gummy sharks.
154.
I took 10 of those tanks, and I sold them to a guy. I didn't sell them. I traded for a 500 gallon, and I had that big 500 gallon for a while. It needed to be buffed out because it was scratched, and so I went to, what's that aquarium maker in Vegas? It's the biggest in the world. They make aquarium. They made like the
Is it the reality
Dallas
show?
Cowboys. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went there to have it fixed up. It was expensive as hell.
What you call it out of Michigan, Bot Shoes or whatever his name is. He does a lot of work. He does a lot of their filtration work for tanks.
Huh.
And he makes some killer sauce.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jason. Just scroll back and listen to it again.
Yeah, these are left up anyway, so they'll get the catch that story again.
Daniel, I don't think this this stream is live is appropriate for my prostitute story.
156.
Do the story about the hooker, Matt. Don't do that. Save that for Rico's live stream later tonight.
Yeah, we can,
From the club.
right.
Up in the club. Oh, speaking of, that was the thing I wanted to talk about earlier, but I'd forgotten. That was what I had forgotten. All right, picture this, guys. You know those memes, Thug Life memes, where the glasses come down, and it's like the joints hanging out of the guy's mouth, and it's like Thug Life, you know? Well, Than is sitting here, and I was not recording, but just to reiterate, he's wearing a shirt with a kitten and another kitten with a unicorn horn. Not the most masculine shirt I've ever seen in my life. I'm just...
He went there, guys.
I'm sorry. And so he's sitting there, and he's like, you don't even know what it's like. I've been in a club with Tupac. I've been in a club with Tupac. And I just, in my mind, visually saw those glasses come down, and then, like, Thug Life at the corner with his, like, 2 kitty shirt, and...
It's like, ever been in a club with Tupac?
Ever been in a club with Tupac?
It's not a good time.
It's not a good time. Booyah!
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm glad we are entertaining you today.
Are these, is this 158 or 159?
This is 159.
Oh, okay, I messed up, guys. I messed up. Man, I messed up.
I'm going to throw this out there again, guys. If you are, if you're a member of a local reef club or group on Facebook, send a message. Tell them to watch our live stream right now. I want to push up these numbers. We're telling good stories.
This stream is incredible.
160.
All right, picture this. He is at a Tupac concert with a green shirt with 2 kittens, and one of them is wearing a unicorn horn.
Hold on.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
161.
Labels are incorrect? No. It's amazing how the viewers can catch mistakes, and like it happens to me too. Like
Well, they're
when I
not
do live
drunk.
streams.
That helps.
Yeah. Are you? Who here is drunk? Jayo.
Oh, man. This is so...
They gave me another beer, but I had a little beer left, so I had a...
Rossi's like, I feel like I should be paying for the price of admission for this live stream. And Ben's the bouncer.
Come on, Ed. Come on. Now you're good. Come on.
Oh, man.
163.
You would never know that this is about Coral. This is like a Coral live show.
Yeah, man, that's life.
So again, thank you guys so much for joining in. I'm hoping you guys are quite entertained by all the nonsense that's going on back here. I want to hear the Tupac story. Let's just say, imagine that like you're in a club. This is back when, I was like not prehistoric. But imagine, you're going to like some venue, everyone's having a good time. And like a giant storm cloud just enters the building, and it's like everyone's just not having a good time anymore. And it's you kind of have that sixth sense where it's like everyone's having a good time. You're all kind of like little buzzed or whatever, and you just have that feeling that what, something's just different in the atmosphere. And it's like this might not be the best place to hang out tonight. It got like that. It's like. There's just some like dark individuals, and I don't mean like no racial, but I mean like dark soul people. Like it's just they're it's like what? Some people here aren't here to have a good time.
They
They're here,
make trouble.
yeah, and like trouble with a capital, extra double dangerous, trouble T. It's like it's bad. So yeah, you just need to get up out of there.
Hope you people would just sleep there, baby. The way you, I know we're not drunk. We're just relaxed.
Anyway, wherever we're going, and I enjoy it.
You know, I went to university. I went to Oakland University in Michigan. I was a swimmer. I've loved water since I was 5 years old. And one thing I did, we had parties at the dorms, and we had this call. It was a party called Golden Sushi Party. Do you know where I'm going with this? We used to have this golden sushi party. We had one guy that would be branded the guy with the shot glass around his neck that would get obliterated by the end of the night. Like, he had to drink whatever you put in that shot glass for the whole night. It didn't last long. He wasn't long for this world. But the other thing, the reason it was called Golden Sushi is because they had a huge fish tank full of live goldfish. And so it was the mission of the swimmers to drink like shots of these goldfish, basically just shooting back these live
That's
goldfish
so not cool, man.
and putting them down the gullet, you know. It was college, you know. Come on, it's crazy stuff. You hung out with Tupac. I drank goldfish. Come on, man. I'm just telling stories here.
DC Reefer story. Damn, is that Tupac? I'm out of here. Yeah, exactly. Like, you would think that, like, oh my gosh, that's Tupac. Let's go talk to him and try to get a picture with him.
Yeah,
no,
like, no.
No one thought that. Literally nobody would think that. That's not a good idea. Even in a drunken party state, you know that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
That's gonna go sideways in a hurry. Come on, let's see some dance moves. No, Tristan. No. I'll throw up my hip.
How long have I been the hobby?
Oh, by the way, Rusty's Aquarium. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rusty.
I appreciate it, Rusty.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, it's like I'm not used to getting them, and it's like, and I'm hearing all these other stories. It's just like, there's a lot going on here, guys.
I have been in the hobby, geez, really young. I think I was 8 years old. My dad brought me a fish tank, and he said, if it gets murky, I'm taking it away. Yeah, and so I kept that thing so crystal clear. My dad always comments, he's like, Matt, you took care of that tank like crazy. Because I didn't want to lose it, you know? You know, it had a couple of loaches in it, and like those, what are those, elephant freshwater? Yeah, elephant nose. It was freshwater at the time. Then I moved on to started constructing my own tanks. I had like a 60-gallon cube that I had built on a stand that me and my dad had constructed ourselves. And I had a couple of freshwater stingrays in it. I'd feed them like worms, you know, and stuff. It was kind of cool, you know. And then I upgraded to saltwater and never looked back. Once you go saltwater, man, you see the color and the life within life. You know, like freshwater, your fish is swimming around. That is your fish. But in saltwater, the rock is alive. The sand is alive. The coral is alive. The fish are alive. You know, it's just everything is so amazing. It's like quite amazing. Anyways, I've been in the hobby a long time.
Yeah, I started wrenching everybody. Yeah.
What is wrenching? What do you mean?
So the wrenches are
Oh,
moderators.
administrators. Okay.
Yeah, and so occasionally I see somebody get like timed out. I'm like, what's going on? Oh man.
I love costumes.
Enjoying the show, wondering if rock flower anemones are aquacultured / tank raised. Ours are not. So we're kind of on the fence on that because we don't do any. Well, okay, I'm babbling. Some of ours have spawned and they've grown from like tiny little larvae. One of my importers, he says that he cuts them with scissors. What's up? What?
What?
It's totally normal. It's St. Patty's Day.
I'm always doing this.
This is totally normal.
I would actually be doing this if it was not St. Patrick's Day.
Dude,
Very surprised.
I've
It's just
seen your live stream.
just coincidental.
Oh man. But yeah, but going back to what I was saying, yeah, but he cuts his, he says, and I heard that you can't cut them. So I haven't tried cutting them. Rock
Perhaps
flowers.
Oh, rock flowers.
I think you can. I haven't tried it,
Yeah.
but I think you can. Seriously. But if I was to do it, I definitely would have some kind of iodine dip on the side for bacteria infection.
It's a big risk.
It is, but I don't want.
I look like a total fool.
You're fine. You're
I
fine.
love it.
You're fine. This is totally normal.
Yeah.
Everybody act normal.
Best live stream ever.
Yes. Totally rocking.
Can I tell a story?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I have time?
Good
Okay,
time.
in China, one
Asking
thing.
permission for it.
Well, I want to know if you're just informing the viewers on some sort of quarrel, and then I suddenly tell a story. It'd be.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Go
okay,
for it.
so in China, one thing that I always felt was miscommunicated was Christmas. Now, you know, Christmas is a religious holiday. It's also kind of a time for family. And I personally always thought of it as a time when family got together and you could kind of like see people you never saw before or haven't seen for a long time. We all kind of came together and gave gifts out. But it wasn't necessarily about the gifts. Do you want to take me seriously with this outfit? Or
Guys,
let me
guys.
just remove
No,
this.
no, guys.
Or do I tell the story with the
Yes, you have to tell the ultra serious family story
Yeah.
wearing this.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
All right. So, I experienced my first Christmas in China, and I've always been kind of entrepreneurial, so I organized my own, it was a networking group. I don't know if you ever been in a chamber of commerce meeting or something like that, where people from different businesses get together and they kind of communicate together. And I was organizing these sort of events, and we organized a holiday bazaar, where we were selling gifts from local vendors and they could see different sorts of items. And one of the things they needed was Santa Claus. So we were going to hire a Santa Claus to sit there and be Santa Claus during the event. But it was an Asian Santa Claus, and it was so lame. It was like a felt beard. Felt? You know, it was not even bushy. It was just this felt like cutout of a mustache and a beard. It was horrible. And so I was like, that's not what Christmas is about. It's about happiness and it's not about consumerism so much. I wanted to kind of make people feel like Christmas is special. So I bought my first Santa outfit. You see where this is going, right? Outfit. This is why the story is coming into play. But so I was Santa Claus, and I sat up there, and you know, I have a really nice good throated ho. And so the kids would come up, and these Chinese kids would see this tall. Like, I'm very tall in China.
He's tall. Like, I'm tall.
I'm a fairly tall dude in China.
And he is taller than I am. Yes.
So I'd be Santa Claus in China, and these kids' faces would simply light up, you know. And they'd say, give me a gift, you know. Liu, in Chinese, liu is a gift, you know. Give a liu. And so they're screaming at you to give you a gift. And I'm like, it's not about the gift, it's about family. You know, I'm trying to teach these kids what Christmas is really about. And so that bazaar passed, and the next year I was Santa again. And this time I walked around local Ningbo. The city I live in is Ningbo. You guys may not know about it. It's kind of small. It's only like 7 million people. But anyways, I
like
walked
bigger
around
than Chicago.
I walked around the city as Santa Claus, and I had a bag, and I had a bunch of jingle bells. I wanted to make sure that the gift was special, but not expensive. I don't want the kid to be fixated on the gift. I want him to be fixated on the act of giving. So the kid would come up to me and I want you, and I say, "Ni zui shi wan shemi yansa?" Means, what is your favorite color? And if say purple, then I'd give him a purple bell. And so I did this, and it got the attention of local media. It was one of the things that actually catapulted me to have my own TV show in China, which...
Oh, by the way, he had his own
I've had
TV show in China.
I produced my own TV show in China, travel show there. So that's another story. We'll do this one at a time here. So I...
we can go all night. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. This is a live stream. It's about 6 hours long. Happy St. Patty's Day. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I started giving out these jingle bells, and I found it really gratifying. You know, when you can see all these kids' faces light up, and you're kind of like showing them something they've never seen. And I had this belly suit, you know, so my belly was big.
It was totally a suit.
It was totally a suit. But the next year, I upped it. I had a seamstress in China design a Santa suit with a cloak and a big hood, and I bought the beard. I feel like a total fool telling this story with all this jangle on my face. I had this beard that I bought from America that was like $150 just for the beard. It was an amazing setup. I had the glasses. I had the white gloves. I had a long hat that was, and then pants, and I had a custom-made belly suit that was designed by a seamstress in China. And she had done all this. I had these big boots that I had. I had a motorcycle in America, so I had my motorcycle boots, which were these big black boots. And I wanted to really do it strong, so I contacted some people, and I actually went to some orphanages. In China, they have a one-child policy, right? So they don't anymore, but they used to. They have abolished that. But when I was there, the second child gets sort of abandoned in a lot of cases. So the kid might be totally normal, but just because it's a second child, or it's not a boy, because if they only have a chance to have one child, a boy has greater value in China as a... It's kind of weird, but that's just the way it is. Buy corals, guys. I'm telling these stories, but she should buy... That thing's beautiful. Anyways, so I was... Well, now it's black. That's not beautiful at all. But anyways...
Dude. No racial.
You went there. I didn't go there. I was just saying there's no... Anyways, I'm Santa Claus. And you just spinning this thing. Such a
Dude, man.
bad place.
You're in America. There's a contentious issue here.
Sorry.
We'll be off by St. News at 10.
I don't even know where to go with this anymore.
Dude, we're all gonna get fired.
Fired. Stan's firing me. So I was Santa Claus at an orphanage, and it was quite interesting. There was this one kid there that was an albino, and he had like the pink eyes and everything. The kid was so smart, and so, other than being albino, was completely normal. Yet was in this orphanage, you know, was abandoned by his parents because having a kid was such a privilege that they didn't want to mess it up, and they thought that, say, having an albino kid was a mistake, you know. So this kid felt like he was a total mistake. It was a real sad thing. So anyways, I was Santa Claus. I was able to go in there. We played games together. And is this appropriate? Is this appropriate story?
Rico,
what is Rico saying?
Rico's off camera, losing his mind over there in the corner. He is like red faced, losing his mind.
CJ's got a rich boxing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know,
And we're on coral number 187. Where's CJ?
Oh my word.
I mean nothing wrong by this story. I was trying to say something.
He's trying to say
heartwarming.
something heartwarming about some Chinese orphans when he's playing Santa. And now CJ's gonna come kill us.
Long story short, after that moment, every year I was Santa Claus in China. It got better and better. I played Santa Claus in Tokyo, and it was... I enjoy being able to become a different person with my costume and being able to kind of like share the world in my unique way. In a lot of ways, that's why I do my vlogging, is because I can share the world with people and kind of do that. End of story.
End of story,
You
guys.
ruined it.
Oh, man.
Do you want me to tell about the story of what that pause word is in Chinese?
No, you know what?
no, you don't.
somebody in chat. Was that the one? Was that? Did somebody say?
Nishua
something?
Shama. What did you say? Somebody said Chinese there.
Did I miss it?
Miss Marker, I think, said it.
Did you see it?
What?
Yes, I've seen it somewhere.
So Rico, what does it say?
Miss Larson, Nat, do you see up at 423?
I don't see timestamps. Hold on. Oh, there it is.
Nishua Shama. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Nishua Shama.
What does that mean?
What are you saying?
Oh, that's it. Oh,
Ni,
okay.
you, Shua, speak, Shema. What? What are you saying? Somebody just wanted to use their opinion to put it up on the. Yeah. Nishua Shama. Finish the story. Just finish the story. Get out! Evacuate! And,
Oh man.
anyways, I was Santa Claus.
Deluxe. Drinks on Matt. You're good stuff. Thank you so much, Deluxe. And thank you, Matt, for the great stories, of course.
I got a lot of them. Apparently, some of them less sensitive than others.
So are you ever gonna redo the office tank? That's what
Oh, yeah, of course. Everybody, every one of us, we can't let go of the hobby completely.
it'll come back.
It's just gonna be a while.
It's like the mafia.
Well,
They bring you
Bridget
back in.
Oh, look at this thing that came up. Uh-oh.
Oh, hey.
Hey!
Jamie's here.
Hi, Jamie.
Mrs. Rico.
Look at your lovely...
Well, Bridget
I know. I've been watching.
What does that mean?
I do not know. That's literally what it means. Well,
Oh, okay.
boo, do not, know.
It's like
No.
Americans so sensitive. Yes and no. Yes and no. Time and
Yes.
place.
Yes and yes.
I dated a Chinese guy once. I see that it is. NAACP calling Thurgood Marshall right now.
Ugh.
Guys. I have a high opinion of Thurgood Marshall. I have read many of his opinions in law school. Yeah. Did I mention I went to law school? Oh, good lord.
Well,
I'm
that's what I got
screwing
now,
up.
Wingo. I have a 10-gallon
I'm
desk
so
tank
screwing
now.
up, guys. The labels are wrong. I'm so sorry.
What is
So,
it?
Ben, I can't hear you. Okay. Yeah, guys, in chat, nobody's let me know about labels this time. I was like 2 labels behind.
What is everybody's thought of Black Panther? Because
all right.
Rossi's is asking saying that
Okay,
Black Panther is
who
coming
out there
for me.
on a scale of 1 to 10, guys? Numbers. I want to see numbers.
Yeah.
Black Panther, 1 to 10. One being the Emoji Movie, and 10 being like
What's your 10? What's your 10?
what's my 10?
What would be a 10 example?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction? Oh, Quentin Tarantino style. I thought, personally, that it was a great movie. Great movie, great story. The actors were good. The graphics were fantastic. I don't think it was the best movie of all time. And I don't think it deserved a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know why it
Dropping
got...
the ones.
What?
It's the Emoji Movie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was much better
Uh-oh,
than 1.
DC with the 10.
I thought it was like an 8 or around there. It was a great movie. If I could cycle through Wakanda, I would totally cycle through,
Dude,
but I would hope that none of them watch this episode.
Wakanda exists. It's called Singapore. Without the African part.
I just want to know when unicorns became part of St. Patrick's Day. When Thane got a shirt with a unicorn cat on it. That's when it did.
I love the props. I did a good job.
You did
You
great.
did a fantastic
It's awesome.
job.
This is my favorite.
I am a total fool, and I thank you.
196.
This is a day to remember.
196.
Oh, this is going down.
This is...
Yeah, this is going down.
It's good that Matt is going to vlog the rest of tonight because my already bad recollection is not going to recollect.
Speaking of, do you have my
any-
camera over there? Can you hand me my stick?
I'll hand you your stick.
Give me my stick. Be careful with that thing. Don't break it.
It's a lovely stick.
We're going to record the. Look at this. Look at my camera. It's see-through because it's black for some reason. Okay, so this is the way that like you normally see it with the blue screen. I'm videotaping myself so you can see it. See, Dan, say hi to my vlog. Yeah. This this live broadcast has descended into chaos, and
what number are we on,
I'm
Ben?
wearing weird glasses, and
Okay.
it's crazy.
Oh, hand me my stick. Yes.
If anybody wonders how I make my videos, this is how I make my videos. I have a stick. I wonder what that would look like if I actually went through your light here. So okay, so we're going. See?
Oh man. Dan, how's the building doing? It's coming along. If you
Very cool.
If you check out Matt's, so he probably has enough footage for easily 5 separate videos of this trip.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be plenty to check out about the new building and Rico's Reef Tank.
Yeah, you've got
as
that
well.
video as well.
Dude, there's as many. Wait, which one? Oh,
when did you finish that video?
Let's go to 199.
Just now, right?
A couple days.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 1,500.
I made a quick delete by accident. It's like Jayo behind the
behind the scenes exclusive.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a very nice extendable stick, actually. It's fantastic. It goes from very short.
And it's pretty cold, so that's awesome.
Well, you know, if it's cold, it kind of does this. If it's a little bit warmer, you get a lot of length out of it.
Yeah.
Rico's a pervert. Anyways, it's got a tripod on the bottom, which is a DJI tripod that spreads out so that you can put it on the ground or you can fold it out and actually go an extra length. This is by.
Number 201.
Rico's not even drinking.
I'm trying to be mature.
Oh,
Buy corals.
buy some corals, guys.
Sorry. I have to put that in every so often.
Buy my corals, guys.
Holy
I'm
moly.
asking nicely.
Holy moly. It's going off the rails.
Are these live videos of the corals? Yes, it is literally live.
Happening right now.
Right now.
As a matter of fact, if you want to see how live it is, check out my behind-the-scenes broadcast on Jayo Nation. I think it'll take me about 3 days. I think I'm gonna stop vlogging for tomorrow and the next day, and then I'm just gonna play catch up because it's gonna take some time to.
Brian
all this
Yim
stuff.
stepped away at number 100. Things that seem to have escalated quite a bit.
Matt's the man. You were gonna stop at Matt's the man.
What? What? I didn't see nothing.
Shameful.
Oh man.
Number 203.
Oh, that's a great coral. The one before that one. That I just love the combination of red and green. When you got the red polyps on the green backdrop, it's quite festive for St. Patrick's Day as well. This one's all right. Pink
Dan,
and
don't start shipping this stuff until you stop drinking.
Don't worry, I'll ship it.
Ben's got me covered.
Ben's got that.
Matt needs a reef. Who the hell can see the? Are you looking at the angle of the bottle and you can tell exactly how much alcohol I have left in there? I do not need a refill, guys.
I think we're pretty good.
I'm topped off.
Guys, it is not 5 p.m. yet.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
trying to
it's 4:36.
enjoy this evening as well.
It's like there's still sunlight out.
Coming back at 204.
How many corals we got left?
We've got 45 more after this.
I'm just trying to do weird stuff that people might notice on.
He's chewing the wig thingy. Goodness.
Jamie, this is a great hat.
I know I have one too, but I look kind of weird.
205.
Right.
And I don't.
Yeah, make that
I don't look quite as normal as you do, Matt.
Tristan's asking, can I pay you to drink more?
I hope this live stream never ends. Keep sending those super chats,
Yes, send
and
me that
it will
super chat.
not. We will start pulling corals from other places and selling those things. We'll start from the very beginning. We'll just go through again.
Do you guys have the Jason Fox home wrecker in the greenhouse? Really rare coral. We do not, because there's Acropora tend to be very temperamental, and we can't make huge purchases into like the really high-end acros, just because seasonalities, just like the summertime especially, messes with our ability to keep acros. So generally speaking, we try to tone it down on that. We have some nice acros, but not the super expensive stuff.
Did you see how that looks? Look at this. Look at the live stream, Rico. Watch this. Watch this.
Some nitro Irish stout.
That's nice. That's nice.
How about you?
Dark.
Do you not like dark beers either?
I don't know if I've ever had a dark beer, honestly.
Would you like to finish the rest of this?
I'll try it.
Yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. It's very smooth because
Look,
it's
Rico,
got
look.
nitro in it.
Look.
Oh, what a weirdo!
That's classic.
208.
Matt is in love. That's so perfect. Oh, I don't even want to mess around with this coral.
I'm like so speechless. I'm just like, I
You're
got
just
nothing.
along for the ride, buddy. You're just along for the ride.
We're back at 209.
195. What's the biggest, the most consecutive watchers you've ever had on your live stream?
I don't know. It's pretty high. This like our current
This is a good
is
one?
very, very high. Yeah, yeah. Is that gonna be reduced now? is
We don't want none of that in our tanks.
Oh man.
Time to play truth or dare.
No, I think we are so good on that, Olga. We do not need to be doing anything.
210.
What's your guy's favorite coral? What's your favorite coral there?
My favorite coral. I really don't have one.
Yeah, that's hard.
It changes all the time. So no, I don't really have one. If I had to go by past winners, it would be like Elegance Corals and Blastomusa.
What's
How
that?
about
What's that red stony coral with the green tips?
Red Wagon? Or
Maybe Remy. I don't know. It's a long finger style.
It could be an
hard
acro of
coral,
some sort.
but it has the green tips.
211.
That was I'm blanking out on the name, but it is a fantastic coral.
that are green and red together. But that could be.
It could be like a dozen different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I like the combination of red and green.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
I love it too. It's hard to try to keep them sometimes. They keep both vibrant.
Oh man.
Now, all right, guys. To let you know, I have drank a few beers, but I'm not like drunk. I actually. Do you guys understand? I live in China, so like I don't really get to interact with anybody as comfortably in English as I really want to be. So this kind of an interaction and being online and being able to interact with all of you guys and speak English is actually almost as intoxicating as the alcohol itself.
I think it's funny.
You know what I mean?
It's the when you just sit there and speak English, it's like it's like so just thrown in there, but it's like, yeah, that's true. You don't actually get to speak English
Really?
a lot. Yeah.
Really? This looks like a vegetable. I wanna eat it.
Oh man.
Dude, Hitter is cool, man. That dude Hitter that's in here.
He was chugging on the live yesterday.
Yeah, he needs to be here with us right now when you guys show because he could put it away.
Oh man. So are we on 213 right now?
213.
Okay, cool. Came just in time.
Lock up his bike. Is that you talking to me, Del? It's not a bike, sir. It's a trike.
214.
You know the whole buy.
It's a tricycle.
Do you speak English, Del? No, I'm kidding. Dude, did I go there? Was that me?
Yeah, you did.
Bite it like Chihuahua.
Aw. Matt says he's not drunk. Licks chalice to prove it.
Hey, man, I've been having a great time. Whatever the case, I'm having a great time.
I hope you guys
Cheers.
are having a good time. Cheers.
215.
Matt, come back to America. America misses you.
Rossi, why don't you come to China? China misses you.
Enrico is...
Matt looks like a green star polyp.
is
I
dead.
do, kind of, right?
Kinda, a little bit. Enrico's dead again.
Yes.
Oh, so this is funny. Like this guy named All Thumbs Down. It says thumbs up, guys.
Oh my.
Oh man.
216.
Oh, that's hilarious.
216. How many total? 300?
280, 249 ish.
240.
Yeah.
So
in
we're
that
so we're
ballpark.
rounding the bend, man. We're on the
Getting
home
there.
stretch.
Benta's like, I just want to go home, guys. I just want to make it home.
I want to see 200 viewers here. Come on, come on. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
The best place for a meltdown is with friends. That's true. Warm eating contest. Don't get the green beer, Matt. Looks like a Camp Green Lantern. Any funny stories? Anything you
Do
can
I
reveal?
have any funny stories?
Yeah, yeah.
No, dude. Not anything like, you know, when I went and played Santa for orphans or anything like that. Nothing like that. You actually weren't you were about to say another story.
I got
Then
so
we
many
got cut
stories.
out.
Yeah, you were about to say something.
Yeah.
What was it about? I've got a million
We
stories,
went
man.
From telling it to eating chalices. And looking chalices.
Oh. Oh. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can.
So some of the people in the comments are like legit hilarious right now.
There we go.
It's
There we go.
like, the one thumbs down is probably a drunk person watching it upside down. Oh man.
It looks like a vegetable. It looks like broccoli. I could just eat it. See, Mom? I did eat it.
219.
After this, we're going. Where are we going?
We're going with
Rico?
Mr. and Mrs. Rico
And we're-
somewhere for some more St. Patty's Day's festivities, where I will probably be drinking a lot of water to survive. That's probably exactly how this is gonna go.
Oh,
You wearing those hats and bands?
yes.
Oh man.
220.
Let's see what he's doing. Make sure.
Ooh, that one's nice. I like these sort of corals here. You got the green tips, and then the red. This isn't the one I was describing. The one I was describing was more furry. You would say furry, like it was
Okay.
a
It
lot
still
more.
could be an acropora, but it might be a millipora, which is the species variety that tends to be like furrier. And they come in all different colors. So you could absolutely have one that's like red with like green tips.
I'll buy whatever chalice Matt says tastes best.
I can watermelon.
Oops. Hey, by the way, I changed it to the next coral. 221. Yep. There we go. All right. Tell me a little bit. So, okay. Putting on the serious hat, guys.
Okay.
Serious question. So, a lot of people don't get to travel quite so much, and we kind of have expectations of different places based on what we see. Okay.
Yeah.
And especially in America right now, North Korea is kind of like a hot topic, and Matt has actually been to North Korea. He ran a marathon up there in North Korea.
Yeah, I ran through Pyongyang. Yeah.
So, give me like just your impression. Oh, by the way, Alex, thank you so much for the live chat, for the
Thanks,
super
Alex.
chat.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. But tell me about North Korea. Like,
All right,
Because wait, I'll preface this, okay? When I went to Seoul, like South Korea, I was asking, like, aren't you guys like worried that like North Korea is just across the border and like they're talking a lot of stuff, right? And he's just like, no, they've been talking junk for like 50
Forever,
years,
yeah,
every day
yeah.
for like 50 years.
Yeah.
Like that's what they do, right? And so, having actually been there, what was your take on it?
All right. First, let me build on what you just said, and this is something I really like to say. I think that in a lot of cases, the Americans are very paranoid because of the way that media is portraying certain things that are going on in the world. And like, I've been to Seoul, I've been to North Korea, I've lived in China for a number of years, I've been to Japan, I've been in Indonesia, I've been to Muslim majority countries, I've been to different religious countries, I've been a lot of places. And the one thing that I can kind of impart, you know what, I have to do this because I can't do this seriously.
You can't have a
with
serious
all this gag stuff on. I'll leave the bow tie because that's kind of serious. That's kind of making me a professor. Anyways, I think that the way that media portrays every single thing that goes on in the world, it kind of overhypes it. So I've been to Seoul, and a lot of people in Seoul, they understand what's across the border. They understand that the threat exists, but they live their life and they don't worry about it, say, as much as, say, an American might, you know? And I went to North Korea because I really wanted to see for myself. One of the reasons that I want to travel around the world is that I feel like there's only so much that you can get from the media. There's only so much that you can get from stories that people tell. And it's only when you can see it with your own eyes, and especially when you can talk to the person there. You know, when you talk to a North Korean who's living there, who's breathing that air, who's in the midst of it, then you can at least start to understand the real situation. And so I went to North Korea to run a marathon. There was an opportunity to run a full marathon, a half marathon, or the 10K. I actually ran the smallest one. All I wanted to do was an opportunity to go to North Korea, so that the opportunity was there, so I paid to go to the marathon. And North Korea is very interesting. It's a lot of people say that North Korea is what China used to look like 40 years ago. When it was extremely communistic. If you guys still think China is a communistic country, it has, like, there's some weird things going on there, but it's come a long way. I mean, you can be an entrepreneur there and make a lot of money and build a company. And, you know, you could even build a Tidal Gardens there and make money. You wouldn't have to be controlled by any government entity. You can't necessarily talk against the government. There's certain guidelines you have to follow, but it wouldn't be, like, restrictive on your lifestyle, you know, there. And so when I went to North Korea, I found that it was really interesting. Think about going through your street in America, but there's no logos, there's no banners, there's no Coca-Cola signs. Right. Basically, if you want to go to eat, you go to the building with the fork and the knife on the building. You know what I mean? Like, these are the places that the government provides you food to eat. It's a truly communistic structure there. It's you go to where the food is that the government feeds you. You get entertained at the places that are run by the government. Everything is controlled by the government. You can't even watch TV. Everything there is controlled. I mean, there is TV, but it's all propaganda. Complete propaganda. They have a museum there, and the museum is for basically painting. It's interesting. You go to this museum in North Korea, you walk in, and the entire museum is about painting Americans as evil. Not just like tyrants, but like evil. You go in there, every American, it's like, scenes, you know, like a museum. You go through, there's different sort of art on the wall things. Every installation in there is painted in such a way to make Americans look horrible. And when you don't have TV or any other media to look at, and you're growing up in that environment, if you went into that museum, you would come out hating Americans.
Wow.
You know, or hating democracy, or hating imperialism, which is what they think Americans are, imperialistic. And in some ways we kind of are. I mean, we do influence people. There's all sorts of shades of gray. Unfortunately, in North Korea, their shade of gray is very skewed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like they've got a very distinct message, and they are on brand.
On brand.
Yeah.
And there's no other brand to take your eyes away. That's the only brand that you see, you know?
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, there was moments where I would talk to, like, normal North Korean people. I even talked to a woman who was a soldier. I did a video about North Korea. If you want to type it in, it's Jayo, North Korea. You'll see all those videos. But I was talking to her, and we were going through that Museum of American Hatred, and they said, you know, I said, what do you think of Americans? Oh, we hate them, you know. I says, well, I'm American. What do you think of me? And she's like, well, I like you.
You're all
but
right.
I just hate the government. I hate the structure of America. That's what they're taught to hate, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
there's one thing to be said for, like, you know, there could be like a fringe element where, like, certain people hate certain countries for whatever reason. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's a completely different thing where it's a state actor that's imposing this on the population, and anybody else that says any different, we have a concentration camp with your name on it. Like,
Chop your head off. Pretty much.
yeah, that is, like, kind of wild to me.
what I've said here is so small. You know, it's very hard to explain my entire journey through North Korea through one story or two stories. You know, there's a lot more to it than just this. Somebody asked, like, what's the North Korea has the best food, and that brings up an interesting thing. We went and we were wined and dined in North Korea beyond what normal people were. So they wanted to show the Americans how strong North Korea was. So then when they would feed us the best food they could, because they wanted us to go home and say,
Dude,
wow,
North Korea's got some bomb
North
food."
Korea's awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. North Korea's doing real well. You know, that's kind of what they wanted to do.
Hate this image.
You know, so I went there, and one of the meals that I ate was a traditional North Korean meal. I'm sorry, I forget the name of it, but its lineage was tied back to the war, when the North Korean soldiers would wear the hats, the war helmets, and they were starving, and they didn't have food for like weeks. There was nothing to eat. So what they would do is they would take their helmets off, they would put it over a fire, and they would put grass and water in the helmet and eat it. It was like a soup that they could eat just to try and get any sort of nourishment to keep them going, you know. And so the North Koreans took this as a sign of pride, and they actually created this bowl of vegetables that they would cook in water and create this soup that there was like, this symbolizes the meal that our soldiers used to eat, you know. But it was very, very simple, and some of it tasted decent. But if they were trying to show me the best food that was available to North Koreans, they did a horrible job. You know what I mean? Because if they're feeding me this, can you only imagine what the regular people are eating? Because the meat that I got was very small. All the stuff was very,
I wonder if they're
very
trolling
small.
you. It's like, let's troll this Westerner.
Maybe.
It's like, this was the time that... Remember that one time that we beat you in that war? You know?
Well, they beat that drum like crazy.
Remember, he's like, you know, the last time I saw an American was... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When we beat you in that war.
Well, they do say that. They do say that.
And you know what we ate during that time? We ate out of these metal
we ate
helmets.
grass.
After we beat you. They might have been trolling you, dude.
Well, I don't think so, because I actually drove through the farmland, and they don't have a lot to eat. I'll tell you what.
I heard it's a total humanitarian
I feel
crisis.
really sorry for the people that I met. The North Korea that we hate in America, the North Korea that we want to kick its ass, is a very small group of people. You know, 19 million people are hurting there. 500 are like controlling, or a couple of thousand are the
Yeah.
ones that we're fighting against, you know? And I think that we really need to focus on that in this kind of like, blow them up, turn the place to glass. All of these kind of angry rhetoric is directed at a small group controlling an unfortunate mass, you know what I mean? And it was only being able to go there and see it with my own eyes and talk to those people that I was able to really understand and grasp that. So that's why travel is so important, being able to get out in the world.
Getting
see
out
it
and,
yourself.
and seeing stuff for yourself. Like, I mean, I don't travel, obviously, nearly as much as Matt. But there's definitely something to be said for seeing places in person. Because, like, if I were just to say, and I know and some people on stream right now might be from this country, but Colombia, people warn Americans about traveling to Colombia. But my parents, my dad has graduate students from Colombia. Some of his best, brightest students in like his PhD program are from Colombia. And he visited Colombia, and he and my mom, and they cannot say enough great things about their time in Colombia. And I think that as far as like travel lists and warnings, Colombia's high on the list of places where you really should consider not going, as far as like, you know, the American State Department goes. So yeah, sometimes it's really enlightening to travel. So like oftentimes when I talk about travel, it's in the context of like having like a good time and vacation. But there really is, you know, like getting like a barometer for what's really out there, and
Yeah.
just how different it is. And sometimes it's like, you know, your impression of another place. Like a lot of vloggers and stuff like that will go to like Japan, and it'll make it seem like some like Hello Kitty
Yeah.
cartoon as to what this place is. And oh, those wacky Japanese with their prank shows are so over the top. Oh my goodness. But dude, it's 100% not like that. There's patches of it that kind of have that element, but to see it in person, it's a very different experience.
What was that, chat? What would those masks think if you went there and... Here, let me see. And to remove the Kim, I heard they regard him as a guy. Listen, the guy that recently got killed because he took that picture frame. I don't know if you know that American that went there, and he ended up dying. They returned him like comatose. You know, he went to North Korea. He took a picture off the wall of one of the hotels. The hotel I stayed at. I stayed at that guy's hotel, and so they took him to prison in North Korea, and they returned him to America just before he died because they had tortured him so much during the period of time. And I believe what happened was North Korea was like, oh my God, we're about to kill this American. Let's dump him back off in America before he dies, to try and mitigate the
Political fallout,
the
the
political
optics.
fallout, which doesn't mitigate the political fallout. It's just as bad. There's a whole second story to the politics of that situation, but the fact is that when I went to North Korea, when you're in a country like, you live by the rules of that country. I would have never touched a picture. I would have never tried to affect somebody's view of the regime there, because I knew that I would get into some serious trouble. I was there as an observer, and I was also there to tell them that America was not so bad. I thought by saying America's not so bad, that's not crossing a line. But if I was, the one person said you should tell them how you feel about the president, that would be a line I would not want to cross, because you gotta win the battles that you think you can win, and keep some things to the chest. You gotta make changes. Changes can't happen overnight. You gotta kind of push a little influence, and that's what I tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you just happen to like the 420 a lot, okay, you might want to pump the brakes on that in several countries that don't approve of that behavior.
Yeah, in China, you'll get in a lot of trouble.
Yes, in Singapore, one of our favorite countries,
Yeah.
you might want to hold off on the 420. Like, now's not the time. Now's not the time to have your argument about how the legalization of weed is a good idea.
Yeah.
It just... pump your brakes on that.
Although, funny story, I knew a few guys that smoke pot in China, and the police there are so unaware and ignorant to what marijuana even smells like. They used to say that they used to walk up to police officers and blow smoke in their face, and they didn't know what it was. They used
thought
to
it was
think
like some incense
they
cigarette.
they thought that was very feminine because a normal Chinese cigarette is really hard and harsh. So when you blow like this kind of, it's a sweet smell, you know. They're like, "What are you smoking? Oregano or something?" You know, like what is that? Yeah, it was funny. It was interesting. Although if you did blow it in the officer that knew what it was, I mean, those guys were taking a serious risk.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's not
a very
just a
stupid
prank,
thing to do.
bro.
Yeah.
It's well past that now.
Yeah, what a weird topic of discussion on a choral wholesale
It's gonna
chat.
happen when you're streaming for hours. We just pop all over.
Right.
It's a good stream, right?
No, it's good. I mean, it's it's a little bit for everyone, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think some people are genuinely interested in somebody's perspective from someone that's actually been there.
Yeah.
I mean, any idiot can read whatever their favorite media outlet is and form an opinion. Okay.
Or whatever.
Or
Right.
watch the news and
Or-
see
or-
the North Korean soldiers marching in that square. I've been in that square. You know, I stood in the middle of that place
So
where the
baller.
North Korea where the
God
nuclear
damn.
missiles were going up and down the street. I've been there. You know.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, you read it or whatever, but it's always to hear it personally from somebody who's been
Makes a
there
big
personally
difference.
or done something personally when it comes
Yeah.
to a hobby or whatever it is. It's yeah.
247.
That's it, right? 249.
We're getting real close.
We
Yep.
got 249. Is
Yep.
that the end?
We're almost at the end of it,
Man,
you guys.
I gotta take a leak like nobody's business right now. I'm gonna plug it up. I was gonna trade with you, Rico, but hell no, we're at the end.
You go.
We're at the end.
All right, I will speed through the last two, guys.
There
We
he
got-
is. Here we go. Oh.
We got the multicolor bubble tips, which is its own little video here. And if I hope audio doesn't cut out. If it cuts out, I'm sorry.
Could you imagine if it cuts out like last? We're all signing up. Oh, you know, I got one more important message.
What happened?
What? You're here. You're here.
No, I'm here.
And we got one last one. One last one here. Again, if audio cuts out, I'm sorry.
He
I'm
said
sorry.
plug.
Hey, everybody. Jayo Nation. Jayyoe Nation. Rico's Reef. RICOREEF.
Reef tank.
I'm just gonna wave,
Do you want to get in here, Jamie?
maybe. Knock the
Hold
whole
on.
thing down.
So happy
goof-
St.
we're
Patty's
goofballs.
Day, everyone.
Oh, yeah. I gotta go. We
gotta
gotta put
go
on as
all
many
out.
props as possible.
So
Glasses
she
are the
brought
best.
this stuff. How cool is that? And the bow
We got our
ties.
bow ties.
I'll put
These
this on the
actually
side.
light up. They're supposed to. They
Yeah,
probably
he's got
don't.
his lit up already.
Mine's lit up.
Oh, there's mine.
So we're gonna be heading out shortly here. Ben is already cleaning up.
Hey,
He's like-
our last
he's like-
coral.
he's
Our
like-
last coral is green. We got
he's like,
microalgae.
get
That's
me
fantastic.
the hell out of here. These drunk SOBs
He's stacking girls.
freaking me out. It's like it's time to pack it up and go. So again, thank you guys for joining.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks so much to Matt. Good to finally meet you and
Yeah,
to have
I
you
feel
join
like
in
I've
on
known you
this.
forever. You know.
And Rico for coming over. It's like a last minute addition, but glad you're feeling better and able to have some fun, participate here.
All right. I'm
And-
ready to go.
Yeah, we're about to
That's
head
ready
out.
to go,
I'm
man.
ready to go. Ready to go.
Hopefully
We've got.
stay out of jail.
If you're interested in watching the behind the scenes of this whole operation, you watch my Matt's Reef Tank episode, the second of the series, Yesterday's and Today's. I'll probably have them out in about a week, hopefully less than that. I'll also have a vlog about life as I travel around the world, cycle on a trike, have all sorts of amazing adventures around the world. And I have a vlogger one-on-one, so if you want to learn about the specific YouTube genre of people that produce videos on YouTube, you can find that as well. And just Jayo. Good stuff.
The
Jayo.
most interesting man in the world. There you go, right there. All right. Thanks to the Patreon crowd.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. I would actually show your names, but I worry that it's gonna cut audio again. Once again. Anyway, Jayo,
Jayo.
out of here.